Hello and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And you can tweet me as well. I'm on Twitter at Dan Who Reviews. And make sure you follow me on Dan's Only as well. You can subscribe there to get some exclusive pics. How are you doing? How's everyone doing on this Sunday? I'm in a great mood because I've got the whole week off. And this should be an interesting week. Wink, wink. So yeah, make sure you stick around on the channel. As always, today is what I like to call Legends and Liquor. And if you don't know what that is, let me just break it down for you. It's a show which is a bit less formal. It's a Sunday. I understand the time differences are all over the place, but I like to have a nice cold drink on a Sunday. And I also like talking about toys. So we get Legends and Liquor. Do you get it? Legends and Liquor. So it's basically a show where we talk about toys and you watch me have a nice cold Koppelberg. Hopefully you join me for a drink as well, so I don't look like a very depressed alcoholic who spends all my money on toys. Wait a minute. That's me. Never mind. Still, you guys can join me. And today is for my channel members as well. This is the show I created so I could get the people that support my channel onto the channel. Do you see how that works? It's an amazing thing. So yeah, Sunday afternoon, I was literally just watching the Chelsea game. We're up 2-0. Lukaku just scored on his debut return, so I'm very happy with that. So anyone in the chat, keep me updated on that result. Any Arsenal fans in the building? Oops, a bit dangerous. But yeah, let me just have a sip. Beautiful. So I want to say hello to everybody. We've got two groups of people coming in. We've got a full house today. Literally 2 groups of 6. So that's 12 guests in total today, and I may even try and squeeze in a couple more. So let me go through some housekeeping, and then I'll say hello to everybody here. But if you're in the chat, as I said, it's an awkward time zone. So if you want to put it in your Instagram stories, you want to send a little tweet out, you want to just open your window and just stick your head out and shout, Dan Who is live right now, then please do that as well. That'd be great. Maybe someone on the street will watch or shout, shut up. Maybe, I don't know. If something gets thrown at you, it's not my fault, okay? Disclaimer. Okay, talking about disclaimers, let's throw this one up. Pow! So Legends and Liquor is just a gimmick, people. You don't actually have to drink alcohol. Just bring your favorite drink, favorite beverage, and let's talk toys, collectibles, and whatever. Looking at the chat right there, looks like Tanner is an Arsenal fan. Unlucky, Tanner, if you are. Of course, if you want to support the channel and the content that we create over here, then you can do so and be a part of today's stream. Friday is working double duty this week. Friday on a Sunday, anything over £4 or $4, and you will get read out on live by a robot. Friday will read out your super chat, all your donations. The Streamlab link is in the comments below as well. Much appreciated. As I said, be a part of today's show. It will forever live on YouTube history. We appreciate that. But as I said, most importantly, today's show is for the people that hit that join button. They are supporting the content. They are supporting the channel. And in return, I would like to go full circle and get you involved in the channel you are helping support. It is a magical thing. It is so easily. Just by pressing a button, you support me, I support you. And today we're talking toys. As I said, a full house today. Everybody is at the members club tier, very special tier, and I appreciate you for doing so. If you haven't done it, don't be shy, people. Get involved. You can also use some of these fun emojis as always on the channel. There are a few of the little sneaky ones there, and I'm always open to emoji suggestions as well. So if you have any suggestions for emojis, then please let me know. Of course, there is other ways you can support the channel and just rep the brand. Let's be honest, I don't really make any money from these t-shirts, but it's just a fun way to get everyone involved and rep the Dan Who channel and the Dan Who brands that we have created. As again, shout out to Tom, Mini Plastic Multiverse. He put together this exclusive print for me, and we are working on something else as well, so stay tuned, people. That may be relevant to Legends and Liquor, but I'll save that for another day. But yeah, and of course, the main event, the reason that everybody is actually here isn't to hear me, isn't to talk about toys, isn't to have a drink, it's to see some ducks racing. It's as simple as that. So we will be doing some duck racing later on as well. So everyone who's on today's stream will be in it. And all you have to do to be a part of the duck race is literally be on the stream, like be in the chat, be here live. Just when I tell you when, you get involved in the chat, I put you in the duck race, and then you could be in the totem pole. I literally posted it on my Instagram, in my story, the actual current standings. I think Cheeky Monkey, Kiara, I think I'm saying that right. If I'm wrong, Jay can tell me how to say it properly later. But Cheeky Monkey is in the lead anyway. She's overthrown Displayed Once and Damien to take the first place. She is solo at the top as she is placed twice now in 3 races with 12 points. So yeah, should be fun, but we'll get into that later. As always, the second part of the stream is always more of a recap of the first part and doing some duck racing. So let me go to the chat. And see what is going on. So let me press some buttons and see if this actually works. So I appreciate everybody's here. Thank you very much. As I said, I'm riding solo like Jason Derulo here at the beginning. I had none of the regulars to join me, but as I said, everyone on this show is a regular at this point. So we'll get everyone in nice and early. So if you are in the first group, as I said, start hitting up my DMs and I'll be sending you that link very, very shortly. But let me get this chat up and say hello to the people. So I'm going to scroll right to the top, if it will let me, and say hello to yes, I am a Chelsea fan, of course. Can I go to the participants? I'm going to go participants. I'll do it that way. So we've got Abnugler, Extreme, Cheeky Monkey, Damien, Jamie, Jason, Jay's Toys Collection UK, who'll be joining us later today. Nice. Mark Quack, Marvel Collector UK. We've got Mobile Recluse, Omega Weapon, Richard Moore, of course, Tanner. We've got One Division, who of course is Lizzie. And yeah, Jamie, beautiful. Gary's Grails, I see you, I appreciate you. And yeah, there's lots of toy news to talk about today as well. I've sort of got a little bit of a lineup. Of course, we're going to be doing a sort of update on Galactus. We will do that until Galactus gets funded, of course. So we'll have a quick little look at Galactus. There has been a fan first since the last Legends of Liquor, so we will recap and see what people thought of the Fantastic Four and that retro wave. We also had the Eternals officially revealed now. Now, they were officially revealed on yahoo.com. We don't really know any details on pre-ordering yet, but we do have a fan first this Thursday, which is great timing for me. So I'm assuming we may see some pre-orders very soon since that full trailer is now up for the Eternal. So it's nice to, even though it wasn't much of a surprise, it's still nice to see the official promo images. We had some more Power Ranger pre-orders, and let's be honest, considering this whole month of August was meant to be Power Month and we're meant to have loads of pre-orders, the only thing we've seen with the Turtles and then these ninjas, don't get me wrong, 2 great reveals, but I was expecting to see a lot more from Power Rangers. I know we had the sort of Flip Heads Wave 2 get revealed, but they weren't no secret because we've seen them ages ago. Anyway, Power Rangers, come on, step the game up. And then, of course, we can do some predictions for this fan first as well, because a lot of people's predictions for the month of July were, of course, Galactus, What If, and Fantastic Four. We've seen all those now, so what else do Hasbro have up their sleeve? We will find out Thursday. You can let me know your suggestions, and, of course, something that I want to get into, just selfishly, but I'm sure we can have some fun conversations with it as well. Super 7. I know they're a sore subject for some, but Super 7 have got hold of a lot of great licenses, and the Simpsons are actually coming out as an ultimate. So we're actually getting collectible Simpsons figures for the first time since Playmates closed down the line, maybe 2005, maybe it was just a bit after that. Again, maybe someone can Google it and find out. But yeah, Playmates haven't made Simpsons toys for a while. And if you know my top shelf, it's Simpsons. Upstairs, I've got a lot of Simpsons stuff as well. Not something I display a lot of, but yeah, this Super 7 line, it's going to break the bank, but I am definitely going to get wave 1 just out of pure curiosity and see where the line goes. So we can talk about that. Hopefully we've got some Simpsons fans in the building as well. So let me do a bit quick roll call, okay? So to the people that are coming on today. So we got in group 1, who I'll be getting in any minute now. So again, if you're in group 1, start hitting up my DMs with a nice fresh message so it's just nice and easily for me to send you the link, okay? So we got Mark Tac, aka Quack Quack, the former RB Building King. We got Tom, aka Mini Plastic Multiverse. We got Tanner. We got Rush, we got Phil Jones, who has been, well, I've realised this week he had a double ganger, but we can ask him about that in a minute. And then we got George joining us as well. And then in group 2, as I said, if you're in group 2, just wait a little bit and I'll tell you when to start hitting up my DMs and I'll send you the link to join. So in group 2, we got Jay's Toys Collection UK. Hopefully Cheeky Monkey can join us as well in the background. We got Cloud Foxwell. We missed him last week. He'll be back this week. We got Jamie. We got Z-Man. We got the Infinity Equations very own Laser Pants will be joining us in the second half as well for the second group. So Ryan will be joining us. And then, of course, my favourite toy hunter out there in California is, of course, the Wolfpack Miguel will be joining us as well now for the second part of the stream. So that is our roll call. As I said, I was on the Discord a little bit earlier. I did see like Abnugler want to get involved, so I'll try and squeeze Abnugler in as well later on. And if you are a channel member and you want to get involved, then just make yourself known. As I said, don't be shy, people. This is very casual, easy to talk toys, especially when we're all passionate about the same thing. So no awkwardness there. So I am going to go over to my Instagram right now and start sending out these links and see if I can start getting in the squad. Okay, so the links are going out. So again, it's a nice Zoom link. It's very easy to join. I appreciate everybody hitting me up. I appreciate anyone sharing as well. Much appreciated. Who else we got? Okay, I think we're getting everybody in now. 6 people. As I said, last week was a record. I've made graphics and everything, so all 6 people have hit me up. So yeah, hopefully it looked good on the screen. And as I said, I've sort of trying to crack Streamlabs now. After a year of streaming, I've figured out what Streamlabs likes and doesn't like, so we should be all right. But everyone in the chat, Collect and Connect, he's got some amazing 3D printing stuff. He keeps sending me all the stuff he's doing, which is he's a skillful man, and hopefully we'll get him on a stream very soon as well. I see him in the chat. Fardad Manning is in the chat as well. Javi Man, David Evans Smith, Jay's Figs, Trevor, Case J Smith is there as well. Any new names out there, always make yourself known. Any lurkers in the background, not near a keyboard, I see you, I appreciate you. Rich M is probably lurking today. I think it's a family event or something like that, but Super Producer is around. But yeah, let me start accepting some of these people in and see if we get started. So I have sent all of Group 1 the link. So if you're in Group 1, you should be in the waiting room. I'll wait for all 6 to be in there. I'll just make my life easier because I can jump straight to the 6 screen then. So I'll take a swig of a drink. So we've got Tom, Tanner, Rush, Phil, and George in the waiting room. We're just waiting for one more. So yeah, the links have been sent on Instagram right now. Anyone got a Chelsea update for me? What is the Chelsea score? I don't want to look on my phone, but if anyone's got a Chelsea update, let me know in the chat. VJ says, hey all. Cowboy Collector says, howdy. Of course, he's the cowboy. What else is he going to say? How you all doing? Cab Nuggler says, I'll be happy if we get Evil Homer with his maracas at some time. Yeah, that'd be great. Trust me, I'm going to convince Brandon and Super Producer to Rich to do a full stream on Simpsons. I promise I'll make it happen. We got probably 7 years to wait for these Ultimates, so we got plenty of time. Okay, so I've got 5 in the waiting room. I'm just going to start pressing accept and see what happens. Okay. So everyone should start popping in now. I'll press some buttons. See if I can make it happen. Okay. And there's Mark Tac. So we should have 6 now. All right, give me a second, gents. I'll wait for everyone in, and then I'll do a little roll call, make sure everyone's live, mics are working and all that good stuff. Yeah, just need one more.
I'm here.
We can see ya. You're just a split screen.
Brilliant.
You're just a split screen. Give me a sec. Make sure everyone gets in. If not, I'll bounce to this screen for now. Right, this screen will do. I think we're just missing Rush. But let me just go around and see everyone else is working. So we got Tom right at the top, Mini Plastic Multiverse. How you doing, Tom? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. You?
Yes, mate. Same old. Same. As I said, I've got a week off this week, so I'm in a good mood. I might open another Koppelberg later. It's the right show for it. Phil Jones in the shadows there. Where are you? In your conservatory, Phil, or you've been kidnapped or something? Do we need to send a ransom?
I'm not in Daniel's basement. I'm in the conservatory.
yeah. And you've got a double wing angle, but I'll talk about that in a minute as well. Tanner, how you doing? Are you an Arsenal fan, by the way?
No, I'm actually a Spurs fan.
Okay.
Please don't diss me by saying I'm a Gooner.
Okay.
Because I'm not.
Okay, so everyone refer to Tanner as Gunner from to this day forward, because he'll love that. No, not really. What is the Arsenal score? Does anyone know? Chelsea still winning?
2-0, 90th minute.
Oh, easy win. George, how you doing, my friend? You good?
Yeah, all right, thanks.
No, we need a bit more enthusiasm than that, George. How you doing, George?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just a bit tired.
Oh, fair enough. It's the end of the week. I'll give it you. Mark Tac, aka Quack
Hello,
Quack.
I'll give you the enthusiasm. Hi, Dan.
Yes, that's what we want.
How's it going? Everyone all right? Everyone good?
How's the army building king at the minute? Are you still army building? Or have you retired? Or you've retired?
No, I've taken up a new one. So it's the Cobra Infantry and the Cobra. Yeah, is where my new game is at. Yeah, got quite a few of those. I've got probably, I think, 30.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
I think thanks to Tom, I've got two now. Two of the Cobra Island ones because Tom
They're becoming
sent one
easier
over.
to get now. Yeah, they're becoming easier to get thanks to our UK online retailers, which is good. But yeah, they're nice, aren't they? Nice figures. Quite nice army builders as well, but quite nice figures. Yeah.
Wow, you got some rich blood to be army building them. Well, it was you, Tom, who sent me the Cobra Island one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know as many as Mark, but I think I've got 14.
That's still pretty good.
That's
still pretty good.
That's a decent show, yeah.
Rush, are you there? You alive? You awake?
Yeah, I'm here.
Beautiful.
I had to rejoin the meeting.
No, it's not a problem, my friend. You're here now. That's all good. Everyone, right, okay, so we're all working. We're all good and alive. So hopefully all my graphics are working and we should be good to go. But usually if things ain't working, the chat let me know. So far, so good, people. Shout out Dante in the chat as well. He says, Dole. As I said, his counterpart from the Infinity Equation will be joining us for the second half of the stream. But let's do a quick recap on Galactus. Well, not so much a recap, more of a let's see how they're getting on. So we are about a week and a day, so 8 days away, and we still haven't hit our target, which isn't a big deal, I don't think, because I do think it's gonna, like, those last 2 days is where it sort of really packs a punch. So we're at 12,926 backers. So about 1,074. Am I saying, is it 74? Am I right? That was quick maths. Does anyone want to correct me? No? Good. Moving on. Right. So, but that's only to get to Galactus, and then of course we've got Nova. So my question to you guys as we go through is, first question is obviously, do you still think Galactus is going to back? But I'm pretty sure everyone's confident it will. And do you think they're going to show us another reveal or another add-on on Thursday? And is it Silver Surfer? So Tom, what you saying?
I think we're definitely going to back. I think this week we've gone up loads. I think it's gone up almost 1,000 this week. So, or it might even mean less time than that. So, I feel like we could do it and get all 3 stretch goals if it keeps rolling the way it is.
Yeah, because Marvel have confirmed over the many interviews that they did this week that they have got more up their sleeve, but they obviously need it to do a little bit better before they start showing them. So yeah, what about you, Phil?
I think we're going to hit. I think that's obvious, but I'm not sure about those stretch goals. I think maybe we might hit one, and they've got to show us another one on Thursday just to sort of get the hyped up. So hopefully we can we'll hit at least one, but I'm not sure if we'll hit that second.
Have you backed yet? Are you still there, selling some stuff, moving some money around, phoning up the Cayman Islands, getting them to do the transfer?
I'm not backed yet, but I will be backing. It's just
okay.
A case of how it's going to be paid for, because it's expensive. So I just got back from a quick trip away with the family to Blackpool. My card leaving my wallet every 2 minutes, so that's not fun.
Oh dear.
And 2 kids going to school in the next couple of weeks as well. So.
You can always sell one of those kids, right? You've got a favourite, surely.
I do, but
you do have a favourite. Oh my God, are they watching? Breaking their hearts.
But actually, thinking long term, no, any school uniform I do have to buy for them will probably fit Galactus as well. So it's,
there you go.
I'll take double bubble anyway. So, but 100% going to back it unless I stupidly forget. But there's no way I'm going to forget. Just
we won't let you, Phil. We won't let you.
How which is it going to go on this card or that card or whatever. But luckily it's my birthday early in the month, so I got some money as well. That's going to act as fun. So we're halfway there anyway. So.
Happy days. Tanner, what about yourself?
I think it'll back. I think we may get the first stretch goal. I'm not sure about the other 2. However, I'm not sure if this figure includes the international orders, because I know Dan Yoon said they hadn't tallied those up yet.
Interesting, okay. But this is on Marvel Legends UK, so you was on about international orders like from the East and Asia.
Yeah, like from the Zavi orders and all of that stuff. So anything not on Pulse, I think.
Oh, nice. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because I think the rest of Europe is still on Zavi, isn't it?
Zavi.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I did get confirmation from the Marvel team in my interview as well that the Sentinel should be shipping the same time worldwide not just the US, because obviously the guys in the US, I'm assuming Rush would have got an email from Hasbro Pulse saying Sentinel shipping into September, and we didn't. So we were like, uh-oh, how long are we going to have to wait? Because with Zavi, we're happy we're getting it, but Zavi wouldn't have been my first choice. But they'll be my new favourite if they get me my 2 Sentinels, all good. But George, what are you saying about Galactus?
I think they'll show us another stretch goal, but I doubt they will get to it.
Interesting. So you think if we get a third stretch goal, that stretch goal will have to probably be about 18,000 minimum, I assume. So 18,000 is like a lot more backers. Interesting. Any ideas what you think that stretch goal could be?
It'll probably just be that Silver Surfer, which they tease in that image.
Okay, yeah, cool. So that'll be an interesting one. How, because they know. Ryan even said that everyone assumes to know what it is, but it's got to be different. How is it going to be different? That's what makes me curious. Tak, what about you and Galactus? Do you think it's going to back?
I think it's going to back down in everyone. Yeah, I think it's going to back. What I'm curious about, I suppose my question for you and for everyone, is I wonder how many stretch goals they've got for this Galactus. Because, with the Sentinel before, they kind of had a few stretch goals, but it seemed like they were doing things on the fly a little bit because they didn't expect how quickly it would back. But I'm curious to see how many stretch goals they have with this and whether they'll even reveal, because if they've got stuff they're planning, that they've sort of got, I don't know, in production or what have you, or that we haven't seen yet. How are they going to show it to us if, say, Nova doesn't back or any of these others? So I'm kind of curious to see how many sort of stretch goals there are. But I think it will get back. Yeah, I think we're nearly there. But it's cutting it close, though, isn't it? It is cutting it close.
Yeah, well, the first couple of days and the last couple of days are always the biggest ones. Does anyone remember what this hit within the first 24 hours? Does anyone have a rough idea off the top of their head?
I think it was about 7,000.
Yeah, so 7,000 off the first day. I reckon you're going to get close to that number on the last day as well, because you get a lot of FOMO people getting another one, as they start to think. So I do think you've got to add, like Tom said, another at least another 5,000 on top of that. So I do think we're all back. I do think we get Nova, and I do think we get the last one as well, whatever it is. But I was trying to get out of what more. What's the rumour?
Yeah, there's a rumour, Dan, that there could be a, I don't know if anyone else has heard this as well, there could be a piece, like a head, as in a head, that you can put on Galactus that will turn him into Celestial.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Dwight gave it away in big.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's kind of been debunked, though.
Oh, is it? Has it, Rush?
Yeah, it was clarified, actually. Book clarified on the live stream last night that it's kind of saying that you could just take the Galactus body, and for the customizers, they could make a Celestial.
Okay.
But there really was no big hint as a head. They're just saying, hey, this body, you could use this if you're a good customizer.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want a Celestial head on top of my Galactus body anyway, because it's going to be the Galactus body. So I wouldn't want that. I just want another Herald, maybe. I'd be happy with that. But I do think we're going to get Nova. I do think we're going to get Silver Surfer. I just hope the Silver Surfer comes with some sort of attachment or something, so it's a little bit different, so I can display it. If Nova comes with an attachment for his hand, they're already thinking about how can you display these figures with Galactus. So if Nova has the flame effect for his hand, that Silver Surfer's got to come with something to display with him. So I'm thinking like a little translucent piece of plastic, or some people were saying magnets and stuff, but I do think that's a bit different. Maybe at this price point, who knows? But Rush, what's your thoughts on Galactus?
We're all definitely hit it. I mean, as you said, we're just over 1,000 away from hitting 14,000, and then after that, we'll probably hit Nova pretty easily, but beyond that, I'm not that quite sure, but again, just depends on if they actually go on and show what the stretch goals are to actually entice people. It's like, I'm surprised they haven't done that yet, because that's kind of what sold the Sentinel so much. It's just they showed pretty much all of the stretch goals, and that just got people to want to get more. Yeah. They've shown Nova and hinted at Silver Surfer. It's like, show us everything, and that will actually entice people.
Does everybody agree with Rush? Would you rather see what all the stretch goals are? Just by show of hands, it's easier that way. Would everyone rather see what the stretch goals were from the get-go? Because I know I would. Yeah, so there you go. So there you go. Ryan, Dan, if you're watching, there's your market research. We just want to know. Just let us know, right? Let us know what's there from the get-go. Because that was a question I wanted to ask the Marvel team when I did the interview, but I didn't want to spend too much time on Galactus because everyone was talking about Galactus. But I did sort of want to ask what was their marketing idea around that, because But I don't know. They're just trying something. They're still finding their feet. This is only the second one. But if, as I said, the conversations that we've had with them now sort of seems this may be an annual thing, which is what's very exciting. Okay, so let's stay on Marvel and stay within the Galactus sort of theme, if you will, because I haven't had a Legends and Liquor since this last Fan First Friday. So I just want to go around the table and you guys can give me your thoughts on what was revealed. So obviously, just a recap for everyone watching, it was the Fantastic Four Retro Wave. We got the 2 exclusives with Johnny Storm and the invisible translucent Sue Storm, which I have right here in my hand right now. Thank you very much to the Hasbro team sending me this. Oh wait, it says Toy Biz on the back. I need to read those eBay listings. It's ridiculous. But yeah, they had them. And then we also got the X-Force 3-pack. And then we got that Black Hand Ninja. So let us know, as I go round, let me know your general thoughts on this and what you pre-ordered, what you're in for. So Tom, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I think it's a great wave. I've gone for it all except for... I haven't got the Hand Ninjas. Those are the only ones I haven't got. But the Fantastic Four stuff's cool. I'm a little bit on the fence with the translucent Invisible Woman. Just because I'm not a massive fan of translucent figures. But...
Do you want to borrow mine? See what you think?
What's that?
Do you want to borrow mine and see what you think of it?
Yeah, go on then, Dan.
Honestly, this looks pretty good, considering how old it is. Like, I'm genuinely excited about that Invisible Sue Storm.
That looks more clear, though, than this one here, but I don't know if that's just the photography or...
Yeah, this one does look really clear, actually. Yeah, that's got more of a sort of a whiter, sort of cloudier tint to it. I sort of know what you're saying.
So that might be the flash catching on the figure. It might be clearer than that in reality.
I think we just think this is our third Fantastic Four team now. So I think it's nice that if you're going to have multiple Fantastic Fours on a display, at least this one is a little bit of a different. This is technically our, fourth Sue Storm? Would it be the fourth? Yeah, it is, because it's the variant. Yeah. Yeah, but
I think it's a shame that Reed didn't come with more stuff, more limbs and things like that, or at least the original stretchy arms from the Walgreens, because I think those hands are okay, but they're nothing like the arms. And it would have been good if we got an elongated torso as well.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen something different. At first, when they first revealed it, the first picture they shown was him in a lab coat, which made me panic, because I was thinking, oh no, we've finally got the Fantastic Four in their uniform, but he's stuck in a coat. So thankfully, they obviously showed that you can take that off. But yeah, I agree. I'm not a fan of the gangly fingers. No. But again, they need to reuse what they can, and that's what they've got. But yeah, a torso would have been great. But someone suggested on one of my streams that they should do like a Reed Deluxe pack and just throw loads of crap in there. There you go. Good idea, Rush. They'd give you multiple ones, wouldn't they? If you can have multiple torsos or something. You can pop a cannonball off at the legs, so there's no reason they can't like pop the legs off of another body and have an elongated torso. Yeah. But yeah, so what's your favourite reveal out of all them before we move on?
Probably Psycho Man, I think, is probably my favourite.
Yeah, I love getting new villains, especially when they're all like brand new moulds and stuff. Phil, Fantastic Four, what are you saying?
Fantastic.
I see what you did there. Very clever.
Yeah, I pre-ordered them all. Really liked, it's really good to get them in the suits. Really like Psycho Man, really like High Evolutionary. I would see them on that. The one thing I didn't like was Sue's face. It's not the best.
Yeah, I agree. I think we all do, to be fair. We need to sit in hand, though, to be fair to him. I think this has happened. I think Rich pointed out a few times now that the first time we seen Retro Rogue, it looked terrible, but then in person it wasn't actually that bad. But yeah, the picture doesn't do it justice. It sort of looks like she's got like a big girl, right?
A bit of an overbite going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, excited to get them, and obviously if you're going in all over Galactus, you've got to get your Fantastic Four. And, I've got the Walgreens version. I've got the newer version which came out fairly recently, and I had to get this version as well.
Yeah. What?
Question to you, Dan. Are you going to the mold twice to display them on card as well? Or?
I haven't gone from twice yet. But I am a sucker for that sort of retro gloriousness. So I want to. In an ideal world, I want to. But then when other lines keep revealing Ultimate Simpsons figures that are going to stuff like that, it's like I have to sort of make cuts somewhere. So 2 sets may get a cut. I may just keep the variant ones on card for display. I don't know. Interesting question though, Phil. Good job the missus isn't here on a Sunday because yes, dangerous.
It's almost a shame Reed, for minted card collectors, it's a shame Reed's got the jacket, the lab coat, because if you wanted to display the Fantastic Four on your wall, you'd probably rather a Reed without the jacket, wouldn't you? I'd imagine.
I completely agree.
I like, as an opener, I like the idea, and I like what they did with Moira. So that's sort of like, that was the first one, and shows this is possible, and hopefully we'll see it down the line. But for a retro style carded figure, if you're going to stick them on your wall, MOC, you probably want Reed, without that jacket.
I agree, but I also understand why they did it, because it's in the retro card. You can't really have the jacket off to the side. And what I do like about this though is, because it is the removable arms with Reed and the jacket, we could put that jacket now on any of our other versions of the Reed. So we do have options, which I always appreciate. But I completely agree. For a retro card that I'm going to keep on mint, I would have rather it not been the jacket. But that's a tiny nitpick. So you went all in for the Fantastic Four. Did you go in for the X-Force or any Hand Ninjas? Do they intrigue you? Any variants?
I did. I went for. I basically pre-ordered the whole thing. So. Yeah,
that's what they do to us.
So I went for the X-Force 3-pack and the Hand Ninjas. I quite like the Hand Ninja in the colour there. I didn't love the red Hand Ninja, just the way his neck was, and the hood was a bit too high. But
you do realise this is the same one, just in black.
I do, yeah. I just think the artwork looks cool on the box, and he looks cool as well, and I forget how much was he, £18, something like that.
Yeah.
So I thought I'll get at least one.
I actually like the ninja. I don't think it's the best articulated ninja, but I do think when they're all displayed together, like I've brought 3 and they're just posed up on the shelf, and they do look pretty cool. But I do think they're quite tall for ninjas, and I would have liked to have a down hood piece in there as well, just to sort of make them a little bit different. But that's just me. But I would have rather it not have been a zombie hands either. To be fair, I would have just been normal guy rather than zombie ninja. But someone suggested putting them with the Shadowlands the Shadowlands Daredevil, which makes sense. But interesting. Tanner, what about yourself? Fantastic Four. Last fan first.
Let's just say this Fan First Friday was a very expensive one for me.
Yeah.
So. I fell down the rabbit hole, got the card backs twice to.
Oh wow! You did it, brave man.
I did do it. Yeah.
How much did you get for that kidney that you sold?
Let's just say I'm still selling parts of my body. If anybody needs anything, whatever.
Next time you're on the stream, you're just going to be like armless or something, and just like slowly deteriorate as every stream comes on.
Yeah.
Did you go for 2 of the retro variant ones as well?
Yeah, I did. I don't know what I'm going to do with the ones I'm going to open, to be totally honest with you, because it depends how I want to display it. Because if I want to change it up a little bit, maybe have like a Flame on Johnny Storm or a normal family photo kind of thing. Depends really what I'm in the mood for at the time, I guess. That was my reasoning behind that. Even though the Sue Storm's face kind of reminds me of Renee Zellweger. Slightly.
This face is going to be a topic of conversation for a while until we get it in hand and see what it's like. Yes. I'm sure.
And then I did pick up the X-Force 3-pack, and I did get a couple of the Black Hand Ninjas for my Shadowlands display. So I got a bunch of red ones. I got a couple of white ones, which are older ones. If I put the black ones next to the white, just have like every colour presented, I guess. I can have a team of Power Ranger ninjas without actually going for those expensive Power Ranger ninjas.
Yeah, nice. We'll talk about them as we get into it, but pretty good. George, what about you? I know you're a younger man and probably a more sensible man than all of us grown idiots throwing all our money at toys. But what if you are going to pick any of these up? Which ones do you think it's going to be?
Well, I'd really like the Fantastic Four wave, but because I already have the Fantastic Four, I decided just not to get any of them.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. The ninjas intrigue you? The X-Force 3-pack?
Not really, because I'm not too into the X-Force, and the ninjas look cool. I haven't picked any up yet, but I might for them.
As a young man, you would probably not even around when these were being released, or you were around but really, really young. So to you, these probably ain't as retro. Like, you have no attachment to this card. Am I right? Like, do you just see this and think it looks good, but you don't remember it from your childhood or anything like that?
Yeah, like I have the Doom retro, and I think they do look really good. But yeah, it's not like I have an attachment to them.
Yeah, it makes sense. As I said, well, stuff like that I remember seeing on toy shelves. So like, it just pulls me in. I'm a sucker, but that's why I'm broke. So yeah, interesting. Okay, Mark Tac, what about you? What did you go for?
So I haven't actually pre-ordered anything yet.
No.
I like the look of the
Spent all your money on Army Builders, didn't you?
Yeah,
Says G.I.
that's
Joe's.
right, yeah. I'll just be an eye on a petri dish or something on the next Legends of Liquor if I, selling body parts. But I like the look of Human Torch. I like the look of Psycho Man and High Evolutionary. I think those three kind of stood out to me. But a bit like what George was saying, I've got the Walgreens Fantastic Four. So I kind of like that Mr. Fantastic. So I'm kind of was thinking, I don't really need another one. Same with the Thing. I kind of prefer that Sue Storm. Although I like the Invisible Woman Sue Storm in this one. So the exclusive. I think it's the Pulse exclusive.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I was quite happy to see the actual Flame On Human Torch as well, because I think probably I'm guessing everyone was thinking before they were revealed that we'd have like a depowered Johnny Storm with just the kind of flame effects. So it was good that we got a full-on, Flame On Human Torch. But yeah, those are my three picks for Fantastic Four. I like the new Hand Ninja. I think that's I really like the different colour design. Yeah, and the X-Force pack I haven't picked up. I'm kind of waiting for Feral. I kind of hope for them to release Feral, and they've got the T-grey body and everything. So maybe they'll use that. But that's kind of the one I'm waiting for. But yeah, those are my picks from the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I did try and tease out. I try and get them to admit to Feral when I was doing my interview. I was just trying to like throw them stuff and see how they reacted before they had a chance to think about an answer. So I do think Feral is a matter of time, especially now we've got that T-grey body. What about you, Rush? I'm assuming you went for the lot.
Pretty much everything. Not everything though.
Okay.
Skipped on the Black Hand Ninja. Skipped on the regular Johnny Storm, but got everything else. Got those two Storms just because the blue and white, that's the Fantastic Four that I grew up on. So these are the ones that I want. So I was just going to get the Invisible Woman, but it's like I didn't know which one I actually want to display. So I wanted to at least have that option. Johnny I skipped out on, and I pre-ordered the Human Torch, even though I may actually get rid of him because I kind of like the Walgreens one more. And it's like just recently I was able to pick this guy up.
Oh, nice. Is that the Toy Biz one?
Yeah, and I want to try and see what I can mix match with the new one coming out. So, because I don't really like the spaghetti fingers, so I want to see what I can actually do with this finding it.
See, that still looks great. Like, you could still display that with Marvel Legends, and because he's obviously all disproportioned, it would fit in, like, aesthetically, I think. Was that expensive on the aftermarket?
No, I actually got this from someone in one of the Facebook groups for, I think, like 20. Oh,
that's pretty good. So, yeah, I'd be interested in trying to track down one of them, because it's the most different looking. Like, we haven't had anything like that in the new Marvel era.
Yeah, the articulation is still great on it, so I could easily fit this in as long as the colors are not that far off.
Are they bendy wire limbs?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I need to track down one of them.
You can see by all the holes that are drilled in.
Yeah. I think that's like they have to do that for some standards or something like that. But I can twist them the opposite way or something, it doesn't matter. But yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, okay, beautiful. All right, let's keep bouncing through then and stay with Hasbro, because as I said, this we sort of mentioned it a little bit, but Power Rangers have been a little bit slow with pre-orders. Like, am I the only one that thinks that? Like, we're meant to have a Power Rangers month, but yet we don't get me wrong, we got the Turtles, which I'm very happy with. If we're only going to get one thing, it was the Turtles, but we have now got another pre-order, which are these ninjas. So I'll go around the gambit again. Let me just see if they pop up. Are they on Pulse? I'm assuming they're on Pulse. Are they gone? Are they there? Yeah, there they are. Okay, so we've got two of the Ninjetti, the Black Ranger and the Blue Ranger. So I believe that's Adam and Billy, because I think, Rocky was the Red Ranger at this point. So we get 3 interchangeable heads, and I did show on Thursday as well that a lot of people assumed these were movie figures, and then we got the rights to the movie, but these were actually in the show. They weren't in it for long, but they were in the show, because the movie and the show weren't in the same continuity. It was a little bit weird, but then the show took elements from the movie and used the same part. It was weird. It's very weird to break down to a casual viewer, but I like that we get the 3 interchangeable heads. So I'm curious what you guys think. So Tom, Power Rangers, Ninjetti.
Yeah, I wasn't going to get these, and then the moment they popped up, I was like, right, that's it, I'm ordering those.
Yeah.
And then I got to Hasbro Pulse, and they were 30 quid each, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's not good. £30.
I think they were a bit cheaper on Star Action figures. I got them both from there, but I don't know what's going on with the price thing. Because they were much cheaper on Hasbro Pulse in the US. So.
Yeah, it hurts. Like as I said, that's worthy of conversation in a whole different realm. But it's so complicated of why things are going up. It's beyond toys. It's beyond toys at this point. It's shipping and loads of stuff. So I can't even. But don't get me wrong. I wish our toys were cheaper, but I try not to stress too much about things that I personally can't control. So like. The bottom line is it's up to me if I spend this. Like if me moaning on Facebook and writing a Twitter post is not going to change the price. Hasbro ain't going to see that and change it. So I agree.
It was $15 different between the US price and the UK price.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. It's like is shipping more expensive to get it to us? Like I get that the mainland US is probably a lot easier to get it from Asia to there. I don't know, but I agree. It's frustrating. I think is the key word. But like you, it's not going to stop me from buying these. One of the first films I remember seeing in the cinema was Power Rangers. Like I remember coming out of that cinema. I remember walking out with like so excited. And these, I know they're not movie figures. But they still, to me, are like the movie representation of these Ninjetti. So yeah, I'm like you, Tom. I'll be getting reluctantly, like frustratingly, but I'll be getting them.
I'll have forgotten about the price by the time they arrive. So that's
that helps. And what I like about Star Action Figures as well, so shout out Wayne at Star Action Figures, is that you can pre-order and not put a product deposit down. You don't pay anything. You just pre-order it and then you pay when it arrives and comes in stock. So I do use them quite a lot when I'm like, I'll just pre-order it just in case. And shout out Star Action. What about you, Phil? I'm assuming you were already in the pub when I was in the cinema watching Power Rangers. So Ninjetti.
I was in the pub when you were
yeah, I thought so, yeah. I seen you as I walked out the cinema. I was like, oh, that's Phil Jones.
In fact, I didn't realise there's a Power Rangers movie from like way back then until just now.
What? You've never seen the Power Rangers movie?
No, I've seen the newish one. The Cup came out like 2 years ago or whatever. I've seen that one, but not the original. But the first film I saw in the cinema was E.T.
Right, we're ending the stream. Phil's got to go and watch Power Rangers. Let's all meet back here in 2 hours, and then we get Phil's review. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Phil, come on.
I'm exactly the same as Phil.
What?
My first film in the cinema was E.T. and I've never seen Power Rangers.
Oh my God! Right,
yeah, I'm gonna have to third that as well.
What's going on? Right, we're having a watch party on my channel, right? And you're all welcome, all right? The chat can get involved as well. Oh my God, that film is so nostalgic to me. It was confusing as a kid though, because you'd watch the show and then you watch the film, then you come back and watch the show, and you're like, what the hell is going on? Because as I said, the movie had the same actors, the same cast, the same sort of storyline, but it's like they went in different directions. It's weird to explain, but if you're a Power Rangers fan, you probably know what I'm talking about. Well, that surprised me, lads. That surprised me. And you still ordered these, Tom. So where's the connection for you then?
My youngest brother was into Power Rangers.
Okay.
I always thought it looked like a load of junk, but then I quite like the Zords. I love the Zords, and then I got into the comics. But I try and watch the series with my son. But even then, I'm sitting there going, can they just get to the bit with the Zords because they look quite cool? I don't care about the rest of it. So
does your son, does he like the... I'm always curious what kids nowadays, spoiled with technology and CGI, think about shows like Power Rangers, because let's be honest, it's a little bit past its prime. Does your kid still enjoy that type of stuff?
He enjoys it, but he in his mind it looks awful.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's going to be, as I said, that's why nostalgia sells at the minute, because the kids these days ain't going to go back and watch shows. I always thought if I have kids, I'm only going to let them know shows that I like exist, but I'm assuming that goes out the window as soon as they find an iPad and go on YouTube. So this is why I ain't got kids. So I'm assuming, Phil, you didn't get these anyway in the end, the moral of that story.
In the end, I didn't go for them. No.
Yeah.
I can appreciate they look cool though as figures.
Now, Tanner, I assume you did go for these.
The prices kind of put me off, to be totally honest with you.
So this comes from the guy who just brought 2 sets of retro Fantastic Four figures, throwing money, selling limbs for that,
Yeah,
but then whoa, an extra £4.99? No way,
But
way.
the thing is, it's an extra tenner. It's not an extra $4.99 compared to the normal waves. It's an extra tenner. Now, yes, I did see the movie in the cinema. It wasn't my first movie I went to watch, but it's just a case of I'll see. It may be a decision because they come out. When do they come out? Towards the end of the year,
Probably 2023 at this point.
Yeah, I may change my mind by the time that it comes up, but as of right now, looking up at the thing, it's just a case of for my display, I want them in like Ranger form, not like Ninja form. If you get what I'm trying to say. Yep. So it's a case of because they're not quite in Ranger form, so to say. That and the price is kind of on the fence, so to say, about it.
I only tease, obviously. I do completely understand why a lot of people, because as I said, like when they rise the prices, if we all continue to keep buying them, in Hasbro's marketing brain, it just justifies. They're never going to check. They're like, well, people are still buying them, but it doesn't make a difference. So the only way we're going to stop these price hikes is everyone just holds their horses and not buys them. But then we miss out on getting the stuff we want. You know, like we're stuck in a sort of catch-22. But I completely get it. Now, George, if you don't mind saying, what year were you born?
2005.
Yeah. Okay. So you definitely you were just a thought in your mother's and dad's brains maybe at that age. But yeah. Have you seen the original Power Rangers movie? I'm assuming you haven't. Oh
I've
my
seen
god.
clips from it and it doesn't look great.
Right. Okay. I'm putting you down on our watch party list. So we got Tom, Phil, Tac, and George. Okay, you're all there. So I'm assuming these didn't intrigue you at all.
Yeah, well, with like the only Lightning Collection figures I'm actually getting are like the Ninja Turtle ones. Apart from, I'm trying to stay away from the line. Apart from that,
yeah, you're a clever man. So Tac, you've not seen the film.
This is opening a new world up to me, Dan.
Wow, it surprises me.
I know Power Rangers. I know Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I mean, I've learned in the past few minutes from yourself and Tanner that there's Ninja forms and Power Ranger forms. So and that these came out before 2005. I'm assuming. So. Yeah, this is a whole new world to me.
A whole new world. Yeah, don't you dare close your eyes.
I like filters. I think they look like cool figures. They are a bit on the pricey side, but I think they look nice in the form that they've shown us, in the packaging. So I think one of the Ninja heads, but I didn't. Yeah, I'm curious to see what the Ranger form of these look like. I mean, I didn't even know they were Ranger.
The Ranger form is the normal Power Ranger form, just a little bit glossier, just like a little bit glossier. Okay. So you could use those sort of glittery Power Rangers if you wanted to, I guess. But the Ranger form isn't different to the Mighty Morphin look. It just a little bit shinier, a little bit shinier.
I'm going to interject here. If you're going by Super Sentai, then it's actually the Ranger form of these guys are actually the Alien Rangers.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we're going by US continuity, all right, Tanner,
okay.
with your deep cut actual facts, all right. I don't appreciate that. I don't appreciate the actual origins. I'm not joking. No, you're completely right. You're completely right. But yeah, Western world. Was my statement correct in the Western world?
Yes.
Yeah. There you go. See, we're both right. We're both winners. Both winners. But yeah, I like Mark said, the 3 heads are pretty good. I like that they did that. I don't know how they can see anything out of that mask, though. That is ridiculous. But they could, apparently. Rush, what are you saying? Ninjetti?
No, I'm passing on just because with my collection, I only have 2 Power Rangers, and that's just the white and green. Although, if they release a Dulcia from the movie, that might be a maybe. And that means, yes, I have seen the original movie.
She's the chick that's on the island, right?
Yes, she is.
Yeah, she's hot. She is hot, not going to lie.
And for everyone else in the group that hasn't watched it, you're missing something.
Yeah, go and watch it just for her. Yeah. And little Adam gets a little kiss off her as well, because there's a frog.
Now, skip the Turbo movie, because that's when they bring in the 12-year-old kid, and that just completely lost me. But, yeah, first one wasn't that bad.
What was that kid's name?
I don't care.
Yeah, I didn't like him either. Didn't like him, and I hate that when he turned into a Power Ranger, he like grew. I was like, I know it's because they were stealing footage from Japan at the time, but it still didn't. I still didn't like it. I agree. Turbo. I have fond memories of Turbo because of that nostalgia as a kid. I remember having it on VHS and stuff. But yeah, you're right. It isn't great. And Turbo.
I saw Turbo, and all I could think of was the classic Voltron.
Yeah, I guess
with all
so.
the vehicles. So I was like, that's aging myself even more. More than the 2005-year-old kid that just quoted, and I grew gray hairs after you said that. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I am. I never ever knew what Voltron was. Not a clue. Not until my adult collecting years where I seen like Super 7 do Voltron. I never knew what it is. Completely past me. So in my brain, I'm thinking, oh, they must be a rip-off of Power Rangers. But I understand that is not the case at all. Obviously I know now. But yeah, it's weird what things miss certain people in that regard. But yeah, and it's weird that Lightning Collection, even though Turbo was technically the second or third iteration of the Power Rangers for the Western world, I don't want Tanner correcting me now, but I'm joking. But it was the second or third, right, Tanner? You're my Power Rangers fact checker now.
You had Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
It depends if you count in the aliens.
No, don't count them.
So, okay, then Zeo, and then it went to in space because I'm missing Turbo, because Turbo didn't exist because of
Okay. But still, it doesn't exist in Lightning Collection either, is my point I'm getting to. Like, out of all the lines we've got, not one Turbo figure yet from Lightning Collection, so I'm assuming everyone's on the same page of Rush in regards to that. All right, nice. Let's back out of that for a second. And I do have a list of things I want to just keep bouncing around to. Let me have a look what I've got written down. Okay, staying with Marvel, going back to Marvel, if you will. Where's my graphics? All right, and I found out a way to get Marvelous News without the ads. So shout out JC. I'm now using your forum instead of the main site. You're not getting that 0.0.0.1p from me. Right, Eternals. First of all, as I go round, just give your general thoughts on the trailer and your personal anticipation for this movie, and then you can say if the toys intrigue you. Because I'm assuming without the film, no one really has any attachment to these figures yet, so no one really cares. And a lot of people are saying miss, not for me, peg warmers, etc. But again, I'm an MCU guy, so I have faith in the film. I have faith it's going to be good. So I have faith that I'm going to want these figures. But I'm curious what you guys think. So thoughts on the trailer and your anticipation for the film, and then do you think you'll end up getting these figures? Is sort of where I'm going. So Tom, what you saying?
I like the look of it. I'm excited for the film, but the trailers aren't quite doing it for me. I mean, they're not. I'm not saying they're rubbish trailers. They're not building me up as much as I was hoping they would do. So I am still excited to see the film, but the trailers aren't quite hitting the spot.
I agree, by the way.
Okay. The figures, they look okay, but they look a bit, I don't know, they're just a bit bland to me. That's probably changed when you see the film, but it's just a load of humans in in similar costumes in different colours. But I'm not an MCU collector, so...
Of course you're not, yeah, of course. Yeah, I do think when we see the film and see the context and see them all lined up and we can have that exact pose on the shelf, I do think a lot of people are going to change their mind on these guys if the film hits. But like you, I'm on your page where I'm very excited for the film and I have faith it's going to be good, but the trailers haven't added to that anticipation yet. I would have went into this film without seeing a trailer and I'd still have the same type of anticipation. I'm excited to see a new MCU film, but the trailers didn't boost my excitement, if that makes sense. But I agree. Phil, what about you? You've already got one of these. Have you run to get it? Is that what you did?
Yeah, that's what I did.
There you go. Show it off. So which one you got? Let me bounce to him.
Fastos.
Fastos, okay.
That's it. There's the lad.
This one. There we go. So you've got that in your hand right now. World exclusive. Phil Jones on Legends and the Liquor. First figure in hand.
So I've had it about April, was it? April, May?
No, you ain't, Phil. No, you ain't. Shh, it's a secret.
Via Conti channels. Going back to the movie, I'm excited to see. I'm exactly where you and Tom are. I'm excited to see a new Marvel film. Trailer was intriguing, but it's not. It won't be the excitement of going to see like a Spider-Man movie or an Avengers movie or anything like that. It's probably on the same level as maybe Ant-Man. Just sort of, it'd be good, but just wait and see what it's like.
I was well excited for Ant-Man. I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, this figure, if it is indeed the same figure, is very detailed, very detailed. So they did a great job on the spot as they do with all MCU figures. There's not much. The skirt quite.
Is it soft? Can you still move him around a bit?
You can move it, but it's quite, especially at the back, it's quite tough plastic. So there's not much movement there at all. I'm sort of put in on that. And I know Nathan has got another. I forget which one he has, but he found a way to get another one as well. But no doubt I'll be getting them. And I think, like you said, I really like the way they're releasing all the figures at the same time instead of maybe 2 or 3 in the wave, and maybe then you get the other comic characters, and then you'll be thinking, will we or won't we get so and so? Will we get this guy? Will we get Icarus or whatever? At least we know off the bat we're going to get them all, and there's several deluxe figures as well, isn't there? And
yeah, I do think the Haima Salak, I think her name is, and the Angelina Jolie one are going to be the exclusives. They're the ones without Build-A-Figure pieces, because they're the ones that are not here.
Forgive my ignorance, okay? I've been on away all week, so I didn't quite see the full reveal. I just saw they're out there.
Yeah.
Did they reveal any of the exclusives? Did they reveal with the monster as well?
So they've shown off the monster. But they haven't said. So apart from the Build-A-Figure wave, they've not shown how the other figures are going to be released yet. But we know that this monster, this is it Crow? Is that how you say his name? Crow? Or am I pronouncing that wrong? K-R-O.
Yes.
Crow, yeah. And he's a deviant, I assume. Rush, right?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. So here's the deluxe figure. We don't know how he's coming. Don't know if it's going to be exclusive to anyone. I assume not. I assume he sort of is probably a little bit too big for a Build-A-Figure, so they put him in a deluxe and then gave us one of the characters as a Build-A-Figure, which is a nice choice. I like that they've done that, actually. But yeah, and I think Angelina Jolie is going to be an exclusive to where we don't know. I don't think in the UK we have to worry too much about that. It'll just be a fan channel. And then this one also we've seen this one first. This was the first Eternals figure we've seen leaked anywhere, and we've probably seen it about a year ago, if I'm not mistaken. It was on eBay. Like, someone has this, whether it's a production sample or what, but we know she comes with 2 heads, the crown and just a normal one as well. So yeah, intriguing. But yeah, you're gonna have to go in for it now, Phil. Gonna have to go in for it now. You need the whole crew.
I'm gonna have to buy them again to get the
Yeah, I know, that's annoying, isn't it? That's annoying, yeah.
Mind you, would Toys R Us have the Build-A-Figure maybe, possibly Phil and Dan Line? Yeah,
maybe.
Toys R Us might have the build. Yeah.
It might be nice. Might be nice to compare and contrast this one with.
I'd like to see that, Phil. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I would like to see that. I would like to see your version compared to the legit, because that, as I said, must have been made months ago. So, did they make any changes, or is that generally a product sample? We shall see. But yes.
But the big positive is they've released so many figures, and probably like all of us on the team at the minute, people watching. When we watch Marvel films or TV series or what if, whatever, my mind's always going, I wish we had a figure of him, I wish we had a figure of him. We know that. Without any spoilers for the last what if, which was on Wednesday, as soon as I saw a duck on there, I thought, we've got to have a what if duck. Come on, we need a what if. Give it to us. But at least when we're watching the Eternals, if the movie's getting great reviews, isn't there? So when we come out of the Eternals, at least we'll be able to get the entire crew on our shelf sooner rather than later.
That's what's nice about Shang-Chi, is that as soon as I see Shang-Chi, I'm going to go, I want those figures. I'm going to come home and they're already on my shelf. And I'll have a whole new appreciation and attachment for these figures that I've already brought. That's how much faith I have in the MCU. But yeah, you're not wrong. And there you go.
Just double check my Instagram, and it's the 27th of March that he came into my life.
Yeah, months ago. You're ahead of the game, Phil. World exclusive. Tanner, what are you saying for Eternals?
So I've got faith it's going to be an interesting movie. It's going to be a good movie. Normally, with regards to the lesser known movies, let's say The Guardians, let's say Ant-Man, they've been a lot better than you expect, because you don't really have expectations going in. So I have some kind of faith that this is going to be an interesting movie. Based on the trailer, I mean, with regards to the figures, I'm not really an MCU guy, so I'm not picking them up. They do look cool. I'm sure once the film comes out, everybody will be clamoring to get them on their shelves. but it's a case of it's not for me per se.
Yeah, it's all good. As I said, makes a lot of sense. And you know, as I said, I put a post up on my Instagram, and I got like 30 comments of people going, "Miss, skip, not for me. Can't wait to save money on this wave." And like, come on now, like, I get everyone's allowed an opinion, but it just bores me when it's a negative one. It's like, just don't write anything. Just move on with your life. Move on.
I mean, go into it at least with an open mind. You
Yeah.
don't necessarily have to poo-poo it before you've even seen
Yeah,
it. You don't know. It could, like with Guardians, nobody knew what was going on. Everybody thought what it was going to be like. Everybody thought it was going to be rubbish. You come out of it, it's one of the better movies in the MCU.
Well, I had a faith in Talking Tree and Rocket Raccoon. I knew it was going to be good. I had faith. But no, that makes sense, Tanner. And before I go to George, let me just jump to the chat real quick. Laser Pants is in the building. He says miss on the Eternals wave. I assumed as much. T'Challa, Daniel S. Cameron Wright says, did we talk about Rampage yet? We haven't talked about Rampage because I don't think anyone cares. But I care. I watched it. I stayed up till 3 a.m. to watch it. CM Punk. Yeah.
I downloaded that and watched it, so I have watched it.
Oh, good.
I did. I'm looking forward to the pay-per-view.
Yes, honestly, it's the SummerSlam even had some reveals and new people as well, but AEW at the minute is just more exciting for me. Like, I'm more excited with AEW. I like both. I'm not one of these guys that has to pick or choose. I like both. I'm a fan of wrestling entertainment, but at the minute AEW is a lot more exciting for me, and CM Punk sort of changes the game a little bit. I do think it's sort of going to put a lot more eyes on what AEW are doing. But yeah, that's again, I could do a stream on AEW and wrestling if we wanted to, but I'll leave that for the professionals. Who we still got in the chat as well? Mary Queen of Scott. There you go. I got there eventually. Omega Weapon, Gary's Grails, Daniel S. Nuggler's still around. Marvel Collector UK, Damien, Trevor, Tyler, Eric Stream, Graffitoy, Omega Weapon. I just wanted to let you know we see you, we appreciate you. But Cameron Wright, of course. I've been everything you want to be. Well, okay, he's singing to himself. Right, okay, George. Eternals, are you excited for the movie? If you like the movie, do you reckon these figures will become more appealing to you?
I'm not that excited for it, mainly just because it comes out a month before the new Spider-Man, so it's a bit hard to get that excited for it. But I definitely think I'll pick up a few of these figures, but I doubt I'll get the whole wave.
No, it makes sense. As I said, it's hard for anyone to have any real attachment to these figures without the movie yet. Tat, what are you saying?
I'm really excited for this movie, Dan and everyone. Yeah, I'm really excited. So one of the things, as well as like action figures, I've got a bit of a sort of passion for international films. And the guy who's the builder-figure is like a famous Korean actor. He's been in film Train to Busan. I don't know if anyone's seen that, and a few other Korean.
Is that the zombie
films.
one? The zombies on the train?
Zombie one.
Yeah, I think I have. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's quite a good Korean actor. He's been in a film called The Gangster, the Cop, and the Devil. So I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be quite a good film, like a surprise, a bit like what Tanner's saying with Guardians. I think it's going to be a surprise, and everyone's going to probably enjoy it once it drops. So I've got sort of high hopes. I think it's going to be good.
The whole cast, just staying on that, the whole cast seems like a great ensemble, to be fair, and I am very intrigued to see it. Just think, they must have filmed this in about 2018. Like, it's been a while, because it was meant to come out a whole year ago, and then, films are like principal photography like 2 years prior, so this has been in the can for a little bit now. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I think, apart from some of the younger actors, like I know Sprite, I don't really know who she is, actor-wise, but yeah, the rest of them I recognise. And what's this comedian's name who's got like super buff? What's his name? I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know. He's in Harold and Kumar. Is that right?
He's in the Silicon Valleys, I think, as well, in the US. Yeah, anyway,
Silicon Valley,
There you go. Yeah, and he was in
Isn't he in that movie with Batista as well, where he's the minicab driver?
Yeah, Stubber or something like that. Stuber. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, he just looked like an average Joe, like like me. And then he joins Marvel, and now he's like some hench, buff, like ripped guy. So like, I need to get a part in a Marvel movie. I don't care if I'm like a background player. If that's what happens to you, then wow, game changer. But yeah, you're not wrong, Mark. It's gonna be good. As I said, the talent is there. Let's just hope the story and everything else that goes with it is there. But as I said, Lord and Vega, Kevin Feige, we trust in they. Rush, what are you saying? You're an Eternals fan anyway before even the movie.
I knew somewhat of them, and so I haven't really collected all of the comics, but it's like especially after the last trailer, I'm really excited for the movie. But for the figures, I'm passing just because my collection is the 616.
Yes, of course.
MCU.
Yep, makes sense.
But I'm completely hoping they kind of do the same as they did for the Guardians movie, whereas in the Wave they had the MCU figures, but then they released the exclusive box set. I know for Guardians of Entertainment Earth, of just the comic figures. That's what I want. If they do that, Eternals will be part of my collection. But it's just the fact that it's MCU and not the comic versions. That's why I'm passing.
I do think a lot of people are in your boat in regards to liking these characters, especially the cosmic sort of figures, but they want the comic versions. Like we had Cersei in our retro wave list, and she was a very popular choice, Rich said, when in regards to comic looks. Same with Icarus and stuff like that. Like I'm sure some of the more higher known ones will be one. We'll probably get a comic release at some point. That usually happens with the MCU and with Marvel Legends. If a character's in a movie, the figures usually get a comic release somewhere close to the movie, so we shall see. But a box set's a great idea, and as I said, the Hasbro team are throwing stuff out everywhere at the minute, so we may even see something before the year is out. It's not like they haven't had time. Like, just think, this has been delayed a year, so that's Hasbro have had plenty of time to give us a comic version of these Eternal figures. All right, beautiful. Right, I'm conscious of time, but I don't want anyone to leave until we talk about these. And again, this is just selfishly. Where is it? The Simpsons. Can anyone tell that I'm very excited just to see Simpsons stuff being released again? Like, I don't care if it's Super 7. I don't care who it is at this point. I'm just very happy to see Super 7. So, as we go round, I want to know, are you a fan of The Simpsons? And then, of course, does this intrigue you in any sense? So, Tom, Simpsons guy, surely. Come on.
Like The Simpsons.
You like The Simpsons?
Yeah, I do like
good.
I am always on the fence with Super 7, so...
Yeah, it's also, I know it's hard. It's hard for me to share my enthusiasm with anybody about these, because it's like, The Simpsons, hooray! Super 7. Do you know, like, it's hard. I get it.
I mean, I even though I don't like the Super 7 articulation, I keep getting sucked into pre-ordering Super 7 stuff. So
what's the last Super 7 thing you pre-ordered?
I did G.I. Joe ones. I was kind of like, I'm not ordering any more Super 7, and then they sucked me in with the G.I. Joes.
And is that just because you're a fan of the cartoon nostalgia type thing?
I love that cartoon.
And that's what they're there for, though. This is what I mean. Like, people moan about Super 7 and the articulation, but they're not there to be the greatest action figures of all time. They're there to sort of scratch that itch, if you will, of the nostalgia, and that's what they're doing with this. So
it's true, but it will piss me off when
just like this, like just straight up, like I get it. Just a single joint. What about the character selection? Do you think this is funny, or do you just think it's too crazy?
It's an old character. I didn't even know who the dog was.
Poochie. Oh my god, Poochie is his name, and he's a I can't remember the whole words, but yeah, go and watch it. Just one. He might have been like cameos in other one, but he's just got one main episode where Itchy and Scratchy's like down in the ratings, so they add a new character, and Homer's the voice of Poochie. It's a funny episode. You need to watch it. It's funny.
It rings a bell, but I can't remember it. If I was going to go for any, I'd go for Mo, and then pick up the more classic looks of everyone else as they popped up along the way.
Yeah.
But honestly, I probably won't, because I've got too many pre-orders at the moment.
Yeah, I get it. Phil, what are you saying?
Well, I've never seen the Simpsons.
No, don't do that to me, Phil. Come on now, don't do that to me. Everybody here, including George, would have seen The Simpsons. It's multi-generational.
Yeah, I've seen The Simpsons, and actually my youngest, who's 12, he likes The Simpsons as well. So even the kids like The Simpsons. So
see, multi-generational is what I just said.
They look cool. I think it's are they sort of like trying to continue from that Playmates?
Nah, I don't think so. I reckon the scale's going to be all out of whack first and foremost in regards to the Playmate stuff, and I just think aesthetically they're going to look a lot different anyway. So in my brain, it's not a continuation of Playmates. I would have loved that, by the way, if Playmates had just picked up where they left off. That would have been amazing. I would have been more happier with that. Don't get me wrong. However, I'm just happy that we've got something, and this will for me be a little side collection of Simpsons stuff. So no, I don't think it is. I could be wrong, but I do think it's going to be all out of scale.
I kind of think it's brave not doing doing the first wave without any of the main 4 characters in their traditional look. You know, obviously there's no. It's called the Simpsons, but you know, Bart Simpson's the main man, surely, isn't it? So I'm surprised there's no Bart Simpson whatsoever. And the thing with, I like Super 7 figures. They're the definition of shelf figures.
Yes, you don't have to. I get that. As in, you don't have to pose them. They're not there. They're just there to represent who they're meant to represent.
But if you look at that Space Homer, it's from the scene where he's flying through space, or in their rocket eating all the cookies or what crisps or whatever they are, or chips as they call them elsewhere. But you wouldn't be able to recreate that pose, would you? You got the chips there, haven't you? So I don't know how that works. But I'm actually tempted by some Super 7 at the moment. But it's the two worst figures they've just revealed.
Who?
The bat and the pirate guy.
As it the worst. They're the worst. Yeah. I think it's their brand. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really rich as well because they're the same price as say a regular Ultimate figure, but they made them up themselves, so there's no licensing fee, surely. Yeah,
well, they again, it's what we were saying earlier about Hasbro. If people are going to keep buying their figures at that price point, they're going to keep it there.
They look really cool. I quite like the bat, the vampire bat dude and the spider. But if these were 20 quid each, I'd be all over them. But at 50, they're a stretch too far.
He comes with the inanimate rod. Oh, hail the inanimate rod. Come on now, it's so good. The accessories are so good. By the way, Playmates did already do this figure. That's why it's not, for me, it can't be a continuation or anything, because Playmates did this Homer, and the Playmates version of this Homer actually comes with the little monkey that they sent to space. As I said, it's a separate thing, but you can do the pose with the chips, because you get the chips and you get his big open mouth. So you just need him like floating, hovering towards the chips.
Are those individual chips?
I don't know. It could be.
So there's just tiny little chips on the floor.
Yeah, maybe.
That's like little stands each one. But they do look cool.
Yeah,
I don't recall Itchy and Scratchy as robots. So
Itchy and Scratchy Land. They take the piss out of like Disneyland, and it's like an Itchy and Scratchy Land episode. Again, go and watch it. Treat yourself. These are some of the classic episodes. Yeah, that's what that's from. They're technically army builders, by the way. They're technically army builders because in the episode, there's like a whole... Do you know, like at Disneyland, they have parades. Like every half an hour, they've got parades walking through the whatever. So that's the Itchy and Scratchy Land parade, have these robots, and then the flash photography makes them... they go crazy and they all want to kill humans or something like that. It's again, I'm making it sound stupid, but watch it. It's funny. There you go. Okay, Tanner, Simpsons.
Yeah, so I'm an early Simpsons guy, so this is right up my alley. However, the only ones that I would be tempted to get are the Itchy and Scratchy, just purely because they're just so out there, so different, so to say, and it would just look so crazy if you had them like attacking each other on your shelf or something. So I think if I was to pick any up, it'd be the Itchy and the Scratchy. Maybe Poochie, just because nobody likes Poochie and I just have a sad spot for him. So,
but that's the fun part. And I do think those three you mentioned, by the way, are three of the ones that could fit into a Playmates display, because the robots are bigger anyway, and we never had a Poochie. So I do think this, if they continue doing these Simpsons characters, there's definitely ones you can pick and choose to go with figures you've like some of the characters you've already got, maybe. But yeah.
But it's just, how big is Poochie going to be? If they're all... I'm not wondering if they're going to be a 6-inch scale. Now, Poochie's already visibly smaller. 7-inch scale. Yeah, so Poochie, I can.
He looks smaller than Homer there. If that's to
looks
scale,
a lot smaller than Homer.
Yeah.
If that's the scale.
which makes
So
sense.
just-
Which he's in a cartoon. Just think he's a dog, isn't he? So he's a.
Yeah, I guess it's just because you're paying the same amount. It's like when Marvel Legends released Spider-Ham. And Venom Wave. It just seemed odd. Is all I'm going to say.
Check the
for same
aftermarket price. Check the aftermarket price for that Spider-Ham at the minute, and that argument goes out the window because people are people are clearly willing to pay a lot more than retail for that figure. So. Again, it's all about character, isn't it? It's about the character. Like, for me, I don't care if I have to pay the same price. I'd rather have an accurate, scaled Poochie. Do you know what I mean? If he was scaled up, I'd be moaning that he's too tall. Do you know? So, I guess there's both sides to that argument. But yeah, I'm glad we got another Simpsons fan in the house. George, you've got to at least be a fan of the Simpsons, right?
I've never even heard of it.
Oh, come on now, George. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me.
No, I'll see. Yeah, I think if I were to get this wave, I'd only get like the main looks for the characters, just because they're £50 each. So I wouldn't really want to.
I think like Phil or Tom, one of them said it, that you need the original looks, the actual main looks, at least one of those in each wave. So people like yourself who love the Simpsons may just want a little Simpsons display. They can just pick and choose one as the waves continue to round out the whole Simpsons family. So I am curious why they haven't done that. Seems like it would make sense, but maybe they're going completely wacky and then we will never get the original looks. Who knows? But yeah, what about you, Tat Tat?
Yeah, I like the Simpsons. First off, Dan.
Good.
I like the Simpsons. I like these. Yeah, I think what they might do though, just on your point there about the original characters, they might do the same thing they did with the Super 7 Ninja Turtles. Like they released the 4 Ninja Turtles, in the first 4 waves. So Mo obviously might be the first one. And obviously, we may get like a regular Homer, a regular Marge, Maggie, so on and so forth. Down the way. I haven't pre-ordered any of these, but I'd quite like to see a Bartman. I mean, in some future wave.
I'm sure. That could happen. I'm sure that's going to hit.
What? As a big Simpsons fan, Dan, what character would you like to see in a Super 7 Ultimus wave?
Don't put me on the spot right now. I'd need time. I'd need time to think about that. Do some Google searching. Go and watch some episodes. Simpsons is like my go-to ET. Everyone has a TV show where they can just put on in the background while they're doing something, and it like. You can zone in and out and you know exactly what's going on. It's just your happy place, if you know what I mean, like your home place. I lived on my own for 10 years and The Simpsons would always be on one telly in my house. Like I just always have it on. Just, I don't know, it's my comfort. Like, you know, people have comfort food. The Simpsons is like my comfort TV show. It's like, I just chill, watch The Simpsons. I can start halfway through the episode and I know what's going on. Like... Yeah, especially the first 15 seasons more so than any of the newer ones. Doesn't mean I dislike the newer ones, but yeah. But does these intrigue you to even pick any up, or would you rather see some of the original looks?
Yeah, I think I'm a bit on this side of I'd rather see some of the original looks because when I first came across these on Facebook a couple of days ago, and I didn't realise it was Super 7. I just saw this picture and I thought, oh, there's some new Simpsons figures out, and I saw people getting really excited, and then I saw the Super 7 teas of the Homer like radiation rod in space, and I think it's right up Super 7's alley. I think something like Simpsons is perfect for their Ultimates line, perfect for what they're doing. So I think it's like a perfect property. But if I was going to get any, I might cherry pick characters. So again, like maybe something here and there, but. I guess the price point for what they are, like I could say, I'm really impressed with your enthusiasm for it, Dan. Like,
I'm trying.
Yeah, like I can see how much you love it, and like how much you can sort of recall what each character's for there. Just looking at the first wave, like Itchy and Scratchy from the theme park, so on and so forth. So for a fan like yourself, I think this is probably a dream come true.
And that's what it's there for. I think it's a deep cut, isn't it? For I think it's aiming. It's not exactly aiming for kids because, as I said, the price point puts parents ain't buying this for kids. No way. It's to an audience. As I said, Super 7s know their audience. But since they did Disney, I always assumed that this might be on the card somewhere because obviously it's a Simpsons product. Just pause real quick because we got a super chat from Xander. Thank you very much.
$5.
Let Friday read that out.
Is horrible. Their Thundercats wave has stopped production. Super 7 is thriving from all the pre-orders.
Wow, okay, so Xander says Super 7 is horrible. Their Thundercats wave has stopped production. Super 7 is thriving from all the pre-orders. And yeah, and that's, as I said, that's, a lot of people share that same opinion with Super 7. And by the way, I'm not here waving the flag for Super 7 or anything like that. I'm just a fan of the franchises that they happen to make toys about. And when you're limited to options and you just want something on your shelf, I don't know, it's not that I'm a massive Super 7 fan, it's just I'm a massive Simpsons fan. But yeah, Vander's not wrong. And I think like Wave 3 of Thundercats got released before Wave 2 or something like that. There's something weird going on at the minute anyway.
Hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but it has swapped, hasn't it? Like Wave 3 is going to actually land before Wave 2 in regards to Thundercats, I believe. Because of the factory. They had to move factory in the pandemic or something like that.
Also, with regards to the Super 7 Turtles, Wave 3 and Wave 4 are going to come out within like a month of each other, I heard. I
was going to ask you guys before we get out of here, but I have actually got this week the Rocksteady to go along with my Bebop. And with that line for particular, I'm a big Turtles guy, as you know. Like, I even got these this week, and even Rush himself has sent me out a Donatello. Donatello had both foots, right, Rush? You did check for me. Yes, perfect. Yes, thank you very much. So I've got a Donatello on the way from the Walmart exclusive packaging, which I'm definitely going to be keeping mint on a card. But anyway, my point is, I'm a big Turtles guy, and that particular line I've been picking and choosing. Like, I've only went for the main characters, and then I'm all in with the NECA stuff. So Super 7 is one of those places where you can just pick and choose your favourite characters from their vast lines. But yeah, crazy. Dan, what do you think of these Super 7 Simpsons stuff? You big fan of the Simpsons?
Oh, I love The Simpsons. I watch them on Disney Plus, and I've got Simpsons Land up the street at Universal. So,
I'm jealous.
If you want actual, cheap Simpsons merchandise, I can pick you up and mail it to you, which will be cheaper than these.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
With this line, it's like, from a marketing standpoint, it's like I'm just questioning it so much. Like, one, the scale is just huge. The price, like here in the US, is $55, but that's like, if your first wave, you're trying to entice people to buy it to keep continuing on with like Wave 2 and Wave 3. It's like you don't really have any key characters in this wave, so it's like the sales for this might not be that good that they won't even try for Wave 2 or 3, because again, it's the really hardcores that would buy this, like you yourself. But it's like for the general population, it's like none of these characters really entice me. It's like if they did like a Krusty the Clown, maybe. If they did Sideshow Bob, those would be awesome. But it's like just this selection of characters, like, not really bring the best for your first wave.
Yeah, no, but for me, like you said, you'd rather a Krusty or something. Mo, for example, is one of my favourite characters. So, like, if I had to handpick what characters I got, Mo would be one of them. So, like, there's always going to be that someone, like someone out there, Poochie's going to be their favourite character. Probably not, but you know what I mean? There's always going to be someone. But you're not wrong, by the way. I completely agree with you all. I don't understand why they've not got the main looks of the actual bloody Simpsons in their Wave 1, at least one of them. At least Bart or Homer in their most iconic looks. But because, as I said, these guys have been around like 30 plus years. People know who they are just by seeing a picture. And people may recognise Homer, but they may go, why is he in a spacesuit? If you haven't seen the episode, because they are very episode specific. It's not like he wears that every other episode. He goes to work in it. No, it's like one episode. So yeah, they're deep cuts. But gentlemen, as I said, I appreciate you all sticking in. Has anyone got anything this week that's worthy of showing off before we get out of here? I've just showed off my retro turtles that I was happy about. I was curious if Tanner, were you curious of getting these, Tanner, at all?
Maybe just for the retro card back. I'm more interested in the turtle van.
Yes,
I used to have the original when I was really young, and I had the blimp as well. But it's a case of I would love to get the turtle van just to sort of nostalgia. Well,
thanks. As I said earlier that Rush picked me up Donatello, but Andy Davis managed to find me the rest of them, so I was missing Donatello and also the van. So happy days. I'll let you know when it arrives. You can share my joy. Enjoy my joy, as that stupid YouTuber says.
I'll live for your joy. Basically.
Yeah, thank you. No, it's all good. You can have it on the weekends. We'll just share it. But has anyone got anything? Cool. Anyone got anything fun this last couple of weeks? Because it's been a bit weird. What are you showing off there, George?
I've just been catching up on some Black Series with the Bo-Katan and Hunter from Bad Batch. Very nice. Brandon's not here, so I can't join in with Star Wars talk. That's why we need Brandon around. Is that Titanium Man you got there, Rush?
Yeah, the Marvel Select one.
I want that. I do want that. It looks good.
Just the scale alone.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I want that. I want the Hulk. I never got the Select Hulk, and that looks impressive as well. I've seen Jay Hernandez on his video this week. Toys for Tots, people, go and check out the Infinite Equation and Jay Hernandez's channel. He did a top 10 video. Go and watch it. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, Hulk was in that, and I was like, okay, maybe I need the Hulk Select. But that Titanium Man looks impressive as well, with the Angry Dan Larson head sculpt. Does it actually look like an Angry Dan Larson in person?
Not really, but somewhat degree, yes. Just because Dan Larson's, like, his face is kind of skinnier, and
okay.
The face on this one is just wide and like blockish. So.
The promo pictures did. What were you showing off, Phil? What were you holding up?
I've got the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes Caesar figure.
Where'd you get that? That's a deep cut. We jump back in time. Is this 2007 again?
Well, a quick plug for my Instagram. I spent the last week in Blackpool, and it's a bit of a gold mine for shops. I found sort of 3 toy shops, 1 comic shop. Pictures all on my Instagram, Cool Toys UK. And just one shop was amazing. I had very little legends, but everything else I had loads of. I had like gargoyles figures, loads of NECA stuff, Master of the Universe, just stuff everywhere. And I believe is this the figure Unparalleled talks about quite a lot?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I said 2007, but that's way earlier than these figures. Sorry, I got my dates all mixed up. What year does it say on it? 15? 20, I would have corrected myself to 2015. There you go. There's Fat Angry Dan Larson. I guess it doesn't look too much like him in that picture, to be fair, in that image, to be fair. But yeah, that Caesar's worth a pretty penny. Have you looked on eBay what they are?
I haven't, but they had about 5 in stock, so they're on the pegs there in Blackpool.
That's weird. That figures like that are on the pegs, like as in you could brought a multiple.
Yeah, it was 35 by silver. I added it to a NECA Master of the Universe Clam Champ, which weirdly was it was actually the price was unmarked. So I asked the fella how much it was. He said £18. So I put it back on the peg and had to thought about it. When I went back to get it, he put a sticker on it saying £27.
What?
So, but he said it was 18 earlier. So I said, "Oh, we do 2 of these for 2 for 50." So that's what we did. If you go to my Instagram, you can. They do mail order. Place called collectables.
Interesting.
But stuff everywhere, yeah.
Just like a random comic shop then? It's not like a Forbidden Planet or anything like that? Just like a...
No, they're just 2 guys on their own. Like, they sell comics, they sell darts stuff as well.
Interesting, okay.
You can just see a picture of a couple of Caesars just chilling.
That's mad. I do think that's a figure that goes for a pretty penny. All the original Planet of the Apes stuff does go for. If anyone's heard my Unparalleled Universe disc, Caesar is my favourite monkey, as you know. Yeah, anyone else got anything good? Tanner, what you showing off?
Just Maestro.
Great figure, by the way. Great figure.
Yeah, I was going to make a joke about saying I ordered Hulk Hogan and he come out slightly green.
It's a great figure, by the way. I was impressed with that Maestro. The retro, I can see the retro well, it's not retro, but it's the classic looking Iron Man with those colours definitely pop there, George.
Just because I hadn't got around to getting it until now because I've recently been getting some more money in. So
it's the AI one, right? You're going to display it with the Iron Man head or the AI head?
The Iron Man head.
Yeah, it's great. I've actually displayed it that way, and then you can keep the unmasked Tony Stark head on the 80th anniversary one if you got it. You got anything recently, Tom? Ultron. Oh, you're making me jealous now. That looks nice and shiny.
They had the whole wave on Amazon in a couple of weeks.
It was the European though one, right? Like Amazon EU, yeah.
Some of them were stupid prices, but Ultron was alright. I didn't pick up Iron Man, which I wish I had done. But it's an amazing figure. The pinless joints are cool. I can appreciate Brandon's love for pinless joints on this figure.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Where's that note?
I've got Maestro as well, like Tanner, which is amazing.
Yeah, I've seen your picture, by the way. Go and check out Tom's picture, Mini Plastic Multiverse on Instagram and on Twitter as well these days. It's not the same. What's your Twitter? Because it's shorter, isn't it?
It's on Instagram. It's Mini Plastiverse, I think.
Yeah, I remember you saying it was too long. You couldn't fill it in. But yeah, that Maestro is really good. I think I filmed a review and forgot to upload it, so I only uploaded it recently. But it's up there. Anyone else?
Over the weekend.
Sorry, Tom. What did you say?
I watched your review. Your review went up over the weekend.
I watched it. Yeah, I watched Dan's review.
Appreciate that, lads. I appreciate that. It's what I do around here. As I said, hopefully I've got these as well this week. So I'll probably do a review if I can. Obviously, this one makes me very happy. There you go, pun intended. And the Midas Iron Man armor, and then of course Quicksilver as well. That I got from a secret source that I can't disclose just yet. But yeah, should be a fun week. All right, lads, I appreciate you all as always. Always fun talking toys with you guys. Let me do a quick roundtable before you get out of here. Let people know where they can find you. Where are you most active in the community? And let's all follow each other. Spread the love. So, Tom, we just said, but tell them again.
Mini Plastic Multiverse on Instagram and Mini Plastiverse on Twitter.
There you go. Beautiful. Phil?
Cool Toys UK on both Twitter and Instagram.
Easy. Tanner?
SuperTurk 5000 on Twitter and SuperTurk.figure displays on Instagram.
I liked your Sunday shout shot as well, by the way. I need to find a better way to show these off on this stream because I know it's something I promised to do, but my web doesn't like Instagram. But yeah, your display looked very nice today, by the way. Very nice.
Very packed display.
Yeah, but that looks sometimes that looks good though. Sometimes that looks good. George, you're in a recluse online, right? You're in the shadows, just lurking. You're a lurker.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I have an Instagram, but I don't use it that much.
You can. This is the place to tell people if you want.
Yeah, it's just George_W_101.
There you go. Easy. Tac.
Just Instagram for me, Dan and everyone. Tac Customs. Yeah, that's me on Instagram.
Nice and easy.
Yeah. And that's it.
And Rush, where can people see that epic display of yours?
Instagram, rushfx.ml.
There you go. And as I said, Rush did post a video. I've mentioned it a few times. I still need to share it, and I will, Rush. I haven't forgot. It's on his YouTube. It's on his YouTube. Epic room tour. Not just his display. You get to see the whole room. He's got arcades in there and everything. Very jealous. It's where I'm going to stay if I'm ever that side of the US. I haven't told him that yet, but I'm going to. There you go. I'll bring some Koppelberg if they let me through the border. But gentlemen, thank you very much. Let's get Group 2 in here. But nice one as always. And yeah, hopefully next time we have even more stuff to talk about, and we'll be a little less poorer, but we'll have more toys, and the Galactus will probably be funded, and we'll know what happened, and we'll have the conclusion to that tale. Right, nice one, lads.
Cheers,
See
guys.
you later.
Bye.
Have a good one. See you soon.
Bye. So as those guys are jumping out, let me I say Group 2. So if you're in Group 2, please let me know by sending me a Twitter DM. It's the easiest way. Let me find my list and I'll tell you who Group 2 is. But if you're in Group 2, send me a little DM and I will send you the link. And basically, we're just going to recap what we just talked about. You can give me your highlights. And then, of course, Duck Grace as well for the second part of the stream, which is always entertaining. So, yet again, massive thank you to Tom, Phil, Tac, Tanner, Rush, George. Always fun talking toys with you guys. And in Group 2, we got Jay, Cloud Foxwell, Jamie, Z-Man, Mr. Sir Laser Trousers, and then Miguel from the Wolfpack. So hopefully you're all here and you can all jump in. And Phil Jones has just posted Rush's room tour. So I'm going to, if it will allow me, I'm going to pin that to the top. And as I said, go and add that to your, go and add that to your watch later list, people. So Rush's room tour is in now the pinned comment on the chat, wherever the chat is on your screen. All right, so again, if you're here watching live, people, don't be shy. I know people are lurking. It's a weird time. It's a weird time to do a live stream. I'm well aware of that. In the US, it's a show called Legends and Liquor, but you guys are still eating your breakfast when this show is on. So I completely understand, but it is more of a casual time to talk toys, as always. So yeah, if you're about, as I said, let yourself be known. I can see Damien in the chat. I can see Robot Downey Jr., Marvel Collecting UK still here, of course. I think I see Toying Around. Kevin even popped in for a little bit. Xander, of course. Omar V, Daniel S. Abnugler Ralph is still around. Logan Dan's Toys. The Wolfpack said he wanted Disco Stew. There is a Playmates Disco Stew. Lace Pants also told me to put the flag down, and I'm assuming he's talking about the Super 7 flag. Right, I'm going to go to my Instagram now and start sending this link out. So if you're in Group 2, I hope you've hit up my Instagram, and we'll make this happen. Okay. So we got 1, 2. Right, so I've sent it to Lazy Pants, Jamie, Jay. Who else we got in Group 2? So I need it, Cloud. I need Cloud to hit me up. Is Cloud about? Cloud, I'll send it you anyway. Who else we got? Group 2 is also ZMAN. Where's ZMAN at? ZMAN, you were finding ZMAN. Has he hit me up yet? I haven't seen him in the chat. So is he about? I hope he's about. Sent you the link now. Okay, so let's see what we get on now. I've sent the link to a few people. Let's see what gets on. Okay, so as I said, I do apologise if there's awkward moments of silence, but I'm my own producer today, as always, with the Streamlabs pressing buttons. So let's see who we can get in here first and foremost. Pressing some more buttons. 1 second. I do want to. One day I'm going to get a producer that just sits off camera and just presses all these buttons for me, so I don't have to stress around and just talk to myself to avoid awkward silence. But there we go. We've got a few people in, so let me switch the screen up. There we go. There's their beautiful faces. So let me go around the gambit. Cloud Foxwell, how you doing, my friend? We missed you last week. You all right?
Yeah. It's just bad timing, I guess.
Life, mate.
Yes,
life.
absolutely,
Sometimes it kicks you in the ass, and there's nothing you can do about it.
And I don't have much of one, so it hurt extra.
Kick you in the tailbone. Yeah, that definitely hurts. Jamie, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm all good, mate. All good. Laser Pants, what a pleasure, by the way. Pleasure joining us.
Oh, the pleasure is all yours, Dan.
It is all mine. It genuinely is. I'm not even going to correct you. Sir Laser Trousers. I'm like, wow, there he is.
Yeah, it's the first time I got to join you on this Sunday morning.
So you've never been on Legends and Liquor? This is interesting. I'm assuming it's. I see you on a Infinity Equation. You usually got yourself a little whiskey and Coke. Is it sometimes you drink?
It's morning here, Dan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was about to say. It's too early. It's too early for that, but it makes sense. As I said, I drink for the. I think I'm the only one that drinks on Legends and Liquor, which is fine. It's a good job. It's my show. Okay, we've got Jay in the chat as well. Jay and Kiera. They can tell me if I'm pronouncing the name wrong. Basically, Cheeky Monkey, the leader of the Duck Racing League. They're joining us for the first time here today as well. And it is always fun getting new people in here. So let me hide myself and see if I can get them in. So give me a sec, people. I'm pressing some buttons. There you go. So it's Jay. And is that a little cheeky monkey behind you there?
Hello.
Hello. Can we hear you? Both talk. Both say something. Let me make sure we can hear you both.
Can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you. Just a little bit quiet, but if you shout at us, that'll be fine. How you doing? Are you in the collection room? Are you in the display room?
We are, yes. Yeah. We're in the upstairs display room, not the living room.
No, looking good. Looking very good. Right, am I saying your name correctly? Is it Kiara? Kiara. Okay, Kiara. Right, I'm going to try and remember. I'm very dumb when it comes to reading. My brain doesn't work like other people's. Kiara. I just need to put a capital R in the middle and I'll remember. Kiara. There you go. Well, thank you very much for joining us. Kiara, you're the first ever female on Legends and Liquor. How does it feel? We're always very this community is of course there's female collectors out there, but there's not many online as an online presence type thing. But you collect just like Jay, right? You collect bits and bobs, or no? You just tolerate him. You just tolerate his collection and don't kick him out.
Yeah,
that's all good.
3 figures and a bit of Lego.
Yeah, only a small amount.
No, it's all good. As I said, you tolerate it. That's a good start. Lace Pants, do your missus collect anything?
No, not at all.
What
She
about-
used to pick up a couple Funko Pops here and there, but she got rid of them all. She just wasn't into it.
What about you, Cloud? Your missus?
A little bit. I mean, that's part of the reason why we get on so well. She more tolerates this, but she does. She has her interests, anything like World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy. So, which is great because I love Final Fantasy, so I get to make excuses to buy all the figures.
Yeah.
You like this too, right? Yeah, we'll put it up there to look nice. I'm getting it for you.
Yeah, that's why that's why we brought a puppy, so I can distract the missus from all my toys. I'm like, look, a puppy. I'm buying more toys, adding them to the shelf. Jamie, does anyone else in like your household or your partners or whatever, does anyone else collect, or is it just an isolated thing for you?
Just me.
Just you. What did your family think of your collection?
Well, my brother came in the other day from like his house and looked at it and walked straight back out again because he was shocked at the amount.
Oh, is it like? Do they not often see it? Is it like?
No,
people,
it's in
okay.
my room, so.
Yeah. If people didn't know I collect and then walk in here, I think they would be very, very surprised. All right, I do want to get into some of the conversations that we already spoke about, but it's always good to get everyone else's opinion. But I'm missing Wolfpack and Z-Man. So if they're not about, then it means we've got some open spots. So if anyone wants to jump on, I'm going to send out the link. We've got 2 open spots, and I do want to try and keep a full house. So I think Javiman's just emailed me, messaged me. So Javiman, I've sent you the link if you're still about. And then Ralph, I know you wanted to get on. So Abnugler, if you're about, the link is yours. So I do apologise to Z-Man and the Wolfpack, but I don't know where they are. So I've sent out the link to them. So we can get going anyway. We can start talking on you guys. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I sort of know a lot of your collecting habits because I watch the Infinity Equation like regularly anyway. So please tolerate if we recap anything you guys have already spoke about. But I am curious on your Galactus thoughts. Because you said, and correct me if I'm wrong, last time I heard you talk about Galactus, you said you've got one, or you've got one in the bag, and you're tempted to get a second one. Are you still on that fence?
Yes, I am. I'll probably make the call like the last day it's open.
And would the second one just be purely because it's a big collector item and the market value and all stuff like that?
Yes, but there's rumors that they will include a celestial head with it, and you could possibly use it as a celestial. It's just a rumor, who knows?
Yeah.
But if it does, then I got to keep it.
Yeah, someone brought that up earlier with the other group, and I think Rush confirmed that it got debunked on another interview because the Hasbro team have been doing foreign interviews as well. Like they did one in France. I think they did one in Spanish. So I think if you've been watching all the stuff, you can put pieces together. But it would be an interesting shout. Okay, I think we got another one.
We're still waiting on our invite to interview them, but I think we'll be waiting a long time.
It's because of Bob. Sure, I don't know if they'll technically be allowed because Bobby's like a former employee, right?
I highly doubt it would ever be allowed.
Yeah, so I don't think it's any reflection on you guys. You know they're lingering in the background, but it's yeah. I think you've got big time Bobby over there for that one. But you get the exclusive interview with Bobby of Valor Voice every week anyway, so I think you've got a nice there.
It's overrated.
Yeah, he doesn't watch this. He's not going to hear you.
No.
Abnugler, you're there. I've pressed accept, but your camera's off.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but we can't see you. Is that on purpose?
Yeah, I'm on a secret mission.
It sounds like you're in a cave. What type of mission is this?
I'm with Hank Scorpio.
Clearly, make sure you go and buy me a hammock. It's just on the hammock district. You have plenty of options. That's a Hank Scorpio joke for anyone who knows. It genuinely does sound like you're trapped down a well.
No, I'm actually in another place. I'm sort of I'm not home.
Okay.
So I just popped in quickly.
You fell down a well. We're sending our love down the well. Whatever the song is. I can just go to Simpsons. We need to get Sting to dig you out. Give Sting a shovel. These are all Simpsons jokes. Am I the only one who gets any of this? Never mind.
It's actually just a two-way radio.
Yeah. Timmy O'Toole. Help, I'm trapped down a well. Again, this is still Simpsons jokes. Well, we'll talk about Simpsons in a minute, though, but let me keep going with Galactus. Cloud, what are you saying, Galactus-wise? Sort of same things we were talking about earlier. Are you confident it's going to back? And I'm assuming you have backed, so I think we spoke about that already. But are you confident it's going to back? And do you think it's going to get to those unlockable tiers? Let me get the graphic up on the screen as well.
So I don't know who saw on the Discord but I posted a screenshot when Dan Yun was listing the international sites. He threw up one for Australia.
Yep.
And in the description, just because I'm lame and I read these things because I'm a nerd, but I'm reading all the details, and then it gets down into the tiers, and it says, you know, Galactus, whatever, tier 1 Nova figure unlocked.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if they've got the numbers and they just haven't like pushed that onto the website yet, or I mean, it's probably just a mistake. But I'm trying to be positive because you're usually a very negative person. So I'm hoping, maybe they know something we don't, and they've already hit that goal, and we just haven't seen it yet. But I think he'll fund. He's at like, I think we're like 50 away from hitting that 13,000 mark right now.
I think it would surprise me if it had already backed and they not told us, because it's just another prime opportunity for them to market it and promote it more. So that's interesting that you've seen it that way. But it'd be, but yeah, it's weird with all these international sites and stuff. We don't know what the actual number is yet. But
exactly, it could just have been a mistake. But I mean, who knows?
It just surprised me if it's backed, them not to announce it, straight away. Yeah. As soon as it's back, because they want to promote more tiers and stuff. But maybe Thursday they tell us more. I'm assuming we will. Do you think they will on Thursday?
I feel like we'll get the update like they've been doing. I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit more focused on the Eternals. Now that we had that last trailer, and then the figures have been officially unveiled, I don't really know what else they would. Unless they've got some surprises for us, I have no idea what else they would talk about. But we'll. I think they're going to touch on Galactus at least. It'll be another. We need this much, go back Galactus if it's nothing interesting.
Yeah, all good. Right, before we get back to it, let me just see if is it Javiman. Javiman, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Pal, how you doing, my friend? Am I saying your name correctly, Javiman? Is there something else I can call you, or is that officially your name?
You can call me Javi if that's okay.
Javi, yeah, of course. I always prefer. Like Abnugler's not really called Abnugler. His real name's Ralph. He just doesn't want to tell anyone about it.
Well, technically, it's not even Ralph.
What is it then? Why are you lying to me?
It's Raphael. Well, Raphael.
Okay, but your favorite. But your favorite. Go on. Oh, is that wow? He's down the well again. The signal's all messed up. All right, we'll swing back around. But it's good to have you here, Javi. And as I said, it's nice to always get.
To finally be able to be.
Yeah, it's nice to have new faces on. As I said, it's always as I said, that's what this show's about. Just talking toys with all the channel members, and I appreciate you all. But let me swing back around to Galactus, and I didn't ask Laserpants. But staying on Galactus, Ryan, do you reckon we will get the tiers? Like, where do you think it's going to end? Like.
Oh, you pillock.
I think we're definitely going to get Nova. This thing is going to fund, and we'll definitely get Nova. The next tier, depending on where they put it, that's iffy. But I think I predicted like 17.5 is where it'll end at. That's my prediction.
Because they haven't announced where the tier is for the next one. Let's say it is Silver Surfer. They haven't announced what it's going to be. So they still have, I guess, a little bit of wiggle room on their end where, depending on how confident they are, they can go, oh, well, it's only 17. To try and get that one last push rather than going 18. So, yeah, we shall see. I do think we will get all the tiers that they've revealed so far. So I'm on your page. Jamie, what about you? Galactus Fave, what are you thinking?
It's 100% going to back. I think there's no doubt about that. But I think they would have been smart putting Nova as the second tier.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if it is a second Silver Surfer, people aren't going to be clamouring to get it because they've already got the Walgreens one or the Fallen Surfer.
Yeah.
I think if they had put Nova as the second tier, people would have bumped those numbers up.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. As I said, we don't. As I said, I tried to find out what Dan and Ryan were thinking, but they weren't giving it up. They're still saying they're finding their feet with this HasLab vibe. Let me. I know Jay's got his missus sat right next to him, so this may be a sore subject. But Galactus, what are you thinking? Give it give us a sign.
She knows how much it is. I backed it week 1. Kiara's still concerned you haven't backed it and you might forget.
No, not going to forget. Don't worry about it. I'm like Laserpants, where ideally I'd like to get 2, just because as I said, I'm a toy fan of the community and I understand what a big deal this
You're a
could.
scalper.
Okay, let's just call it how it is. All right. Raff. If that is your real name. His favourite turtle's still Donatello, though. Don't let him tell you any different. Yeah. So you must be confident it's going to back then, and are you curious of these tiers? Are you happy with the tiers they've shown so far?
Yes, I'm sure it will back. Hopefully it will, because I had to sell my Marvel Universe, Galactus, and a Mezco Punisher to fund it.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
So those two cover the cost, so hopefully it does fund, otherwise I'm in a bit of trouble.
But that's all the fun of this toy market, though, is that you can do that. Like, I recently sold my Mezco Punisher as well for a pretty decent price, because it seemed just... Like, why wouldn't I sell it at that price? It goes for crazy money at the minute. And it's always best when you can do stuff like that as well, when you can move things on to get new pieces if they're more desirable to you. Like, that's the clever way to do it, rather than just dropping another £200 or another however much it is. So, yeah, that's a sensible way. Are you a fan of the tiers? Do you like what they've shown so far?
Yes, I would like a Fire Lord is what I've always wanted.
Yeah.
I've said in the comments last few weeks, so hopefully that might be a surprise reveal. I did get Kiara into crowdfunding though, because she did back another one of the WWE rings. So
wow!
Ring.
So you've gone in for 2 rings.
One for 2, one for me, and then one. She likes the lights.
I like lights.
But no, we'll probably sell the other ring. Hopefully, split it up and then try and get the money back.
Well, you'll make money on that. You've got 3 ultimates. You've got the ring. You can keep the second LED light and probably make your money back anyway.
Yeah.
Well, he's in lots of trouble if I don't make any money.
Oh, okay, it's one of them. Yeah. That's how he got you. Yeah. No, I'm pretty confident you will, because you've got 3 ultimates there, and when they start getting released, you'll get people with FOMO that think, oh damn, I should have got it or whatever. Because there's still people backing that now that didn't get the Randy Savage. So I'm assuming you backed your 2 before last Friday, right?
Yeah, I backed mine as soon as Randy was out, because I've always wanted to represent Randy Savage, and then you did it because I cut the powers left.
Yeah, no,
I think it's 9 o'clock tonight UK time. So you've got like an hour, I think, if anybody's come on.
Nah, I can't. I've got no attachment to that generation of wrestling. Like, I started watching wrestling, and like the first ever pay-per-view I watched was Royal Rumble 2000. That was it. From then, I watched wrestling. Channel 4, that's how I watched it, honestly, because I didn't have Sky or anything like that as a kid, so I never watched it. But because that was on Channel 4, I watched it one evening, and then I was hooked from then. Only for maybe 4 or 5 years, and I dropped out for over a decade. I only recently got back into it. But yeah, that new generation's ring, don't even remember it. If you showed me a picture of that and said, oh, look at this, I'd be like, no clue. So, the ring, it just doesn't appeal to me. But I understand it. Like, don't get me wrong, if it was an Attitude Era ring or a SmackDown ring with a fist or something like that, then I'll be all in. But God knows how they do that at that $250 price point. But yeah, that's again. I've been laughing at the Infinity Equation actually, Ryan. You guys talking about that weekly, and so confident it wasn't going to back, and I was with you. So I was like, no way. And then it backed, which surprised. Who backed it out of your crew?
Dante and Alex backed it.
Yeah.
Then Dante, he said he canceled his.
Oh, he flapped it.
And I'm not sure if Bobby did. Maybe he's going to. But initially we were like the value's not there. It started off so slow. We didn't think it was going to fund. But then they announced Randy Savage, and it took off, and everything unlocked. And so now I think the value was really there. In fact, I'd almost say it's a bargain.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting 3 Ultimates figures. I mean, that's $90 right there.
Yeah.
So you're getting a ring and an entrance for $160 with extra ring skirts, with the table and chairs. I think that's a pretty good price. If I was into wrestling enough, I would have backed it, but I'm not a huge fan.
If there wasn't so much stuff going on at the minute in the collecting sort of world, I would have backed it just because I know of as I said, each of those ultimate figures, I reckon are going to be like 100 plus. Just think the Rock Ultimate figure, that was an Amazon exclusive, right? God knows how many of them they made. That goes for over $200 right now, like the original Rock exclusive. And that's an ultimate figure. So if each one of these ultimates, go for $200, there's $600 just on your spare ring. So Kiara, I think you're in a good spot. Honestly. Good spot. I was just going to have a quick look at the ring since we're talking about it, and I've got a picture of Galactus up. It's Matty Creations, right? Matty Creations site?
Yeah.
So
it's all Creations.
Yeah, so I don't think Bobby's going to back it now, because there's no way Bobby's too intelligent to back it now after he's missed out on Randy Savage, because that time has been cut, I think.
He may have already backed it. I don't remember.
Okay. He's sneaky like that. I remember he got that April, didn't he, without telling any of you guys. I missed out on that bloody April as well. I blame Bobby. There you go. 8,363 backers. Well, an hour. If you want it, people, if any of you guys that are watching this are on the fence, now's the time to hop over. You got 1 hour, 3 minutes and 18 seconds. Another crowd finger. Imagine if you want that and Galactus. That's a pretty penny right there to drop. An expensive month of August if you're a wrestling and Marvel fan, that's for sure.
And let's not forget the Rancors coming up.
Oh,
Rancor, I was just going to say,
Yeah. That's got to be September, right? They're surely, as soon as this one's over, they'll roll straight into the Rancor.
I would think so. Maybe during PulseCon, maybe that late. I don't know. I could see September though.
Okay. Well, let's swing back around to Galactus as we speak to Abnugla. Since I don't know his real name, it's Rafa or Raphael or Donatello, probably Donatello, isn't it?
It's Donatello.
Yeah, I knew it. Well, so let's just talk about crowdfunders in general at this point, because I know you can talk a little bit about wrestling. Galactus, your thoughts on Galactus, and then you got any interest in the ring? You got an hour.
I'm still waiting on Galactus. It's pretty expensive here in Mexico.
Tell people again where you get it from, because your plate is different.
It's called Juguetivici.
Okay.
It's a toy company, well, a toy vendor. They have like retail places in malls and stuff like that.
After conversion, is it about the same price, or do you guys have to pay more?
No, it's like $200 more.
Wow, that hurt.
With shipping, and we also have to pay import taxes.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. That is gonna hurt.
So that's why I'm still on the fence. If we get better tiers, then I'll probably do it.
Yeah. What tier could put you over the edge? Because as I said, if you're on the same page as me and I'll go on.
More of the heralds.
So you would rather more
Fire Lord.
So you would rather more 6-inch figures than like attachments for Galactus? Yeah. So would I.
Yeah, Galactus as he looks is just perfect for me.
Yeah.
I just can't justify $200 more on just the Galactus. So if I get like 3 or 4 more figures, then I'd back them up.
Yeah. What about the ring? Mentioning the ring, do you got any interest in that?
The ring is cool, but I don't collect the WWE figures.
Is this your generation of wrestling?
I don't remember like the rings and everything like that, but I was certainly into WWE back in. I was more into the Macho Man and the Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior back in the 80s.
Yeah, that's like late 80s, isn't it? Late 80s?
Yeah.
Sort of rolls into the early 90s, that era? Yeah.
Yeah, I dropped off with the NWO and all that stuff. I didn't catch up on that.
Yeah, there's, as I said, there's so much. There's definitely... I've dipped in and out of wrestling for so much. There's stuff I completely missed, just like you. But yeah, that ring. Javi, what about you with Galactus? What are you saying? We haven't heard your thoughts on Galactus. So are you going to go for it? And are you liking what you see with the tiers so far? We're assuming that Silver Surfer is the tease, of course, as well.
Yeah, I might, depending if they show more tiers. If not, I don't know, maybe.
So Galactus itself isn't enough for you?
Exactly. No, not really.
So did you go for the Sentinel at all?
I did. I went for all 5. So.
Oh wow! So you went for 5 Sentinels, but the Galactus is not interesting at all. Is that because you're just not got no attachment to maybe the cosmic sort of realm of the Marvel world?
Well, I mean, I think that's pretty cool and everything. It's just that the $400, and then I guess that would be it. Depending if the 16,000 people get it for the unlock the Frankie Nova, but. Yeah.
Did feel like
plus the Sentinel was like an
more...
army builder. They come with more stuff, and then you have plus more 6-inch figures to army build with that too. So
Is that what you're saying, Cloud? The other
Yeah,
one?
it felt like so much more for the price. Like you had this figure and this piece and that guy and this thing and it does that. And it's just there was like a lot, and I feel like it hit so quick that we were like, holy shit! Like there's so much going on. This is awesome. And now with Galactus, it's like, all right, well, it's Galactus. Well, what's next?
Yeah.
What else? What else? What else? What else? Let's go.
Yeah.
And it's like we're all guilty of that, but it's like we need to kind of dial it back a little bit. I feel like this is probably what they were expecting with the Sentinel, to take a little bit longer to hit that goal and slowly drop the tiers out. And it was, I mean, the reaction was insane. But I feel like this is probably a more realistic situation.
So I asked the last group that were on, just by a show of hands, would you have rather they have shown all the tiers from the get-go? Because as I said, I definitely did. Yeah. Ralph, do you have your hand up? Ralph, I can't see your hand. No, he's there. He's trapped down the well, innit? The signal's just a bit dodgy.
I can't show my hand.
but would you? But would you? Is my point.
I'm tied to a chair and with a laser.
The hostage.
For my crotch.
Just holding the phone up to your ear. That's another Hank Scorpion joke he's making, by the way. I get it. Okay, so
yeah. I would love them to show the tears.
Yeah, up front. Makes sense. All right, sticking with Galactus and Fantastic Four. Again, I'm sure you are all fed up of hearing about these, but I'm curious what you've thought and what you've got. So I'll go around the gambit again. So, Laser Pants, what did you go for in regards to this retro Fantastic Four?
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
Are you like me, where you definitely getting them, but then you're like tempted to get more for display, or are you not on mark at all?
No, one is good for me. I mean, I usually save the card backs, but I don't display much of anything carded. I have my...
You don't have much room, to be fair. Your room is full.
Yeah, this room is full. I'm expanding soon.
The basement, right?
Over what's that?
The basement.
Yeah, I'm taking over the basement. It's currently remodeling. So whenever I'm done with that, I'll start moving stuff down, and hopefully I get it done before the Sentinels arrive.
So is that the plan, to move your room now where you're sitting, like your whole collection down to the basement? I'm assuming it's bigger. How much bigger? Is it like double the size or a little bit bigger? Or?
Oh, more than that. It's
wow.
Three times the size, probably.
Wow.
Or more.
Yeah, you got room for 5 Sentinels there. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah. Well, my plan was never to keep all 5. There's at least one friend of mine who missed out, so I'm going to help him out. There might be 2.
You're a nice guy.
But I'll definitely keep 2, maybe keep 3.
No, you're a good guy. So apart from Fantastic Four, did you go for the X-Force or the Ninja or any of the other Fan First stuff they revealed?
I got everything.
Yeah.
X-Force was easy. Fantastic Four, that was easy. I was in. The Ninjas, I didn't really like the red ones. I had to modify them. I got a great idea from Adam Van Wickler. He posted up on IG.
I've heard he plays with himself.
He does play with himself.
I thought so.
A lot.
Yep.
Yeah, everywhere.
Gets him in trouble.
He did some mods to the head and had the head sit a little lower, had the hood sit a little better on the figure itself. Cut off the bottom of the tunic, so it's just the belt piece. Looks way better in my opinion, but still they're a little wonky, and I've already Army Belt articulated icons, so I got 2 of the Black Ninjas. I just want to check them out, do the modifications on them, but I don't need a big army of them. 2 is good enough.
Quickly back about Fantastic Four. Is that your favourite look for Fantastic Four? Do you know, out of the 3 sets we've got from Legends?
It was my most wanted, and they gave us 2 other looks first.
Yep, sneaky.
So yeah, I guess I'd say it's my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Cloud, what about?
I love that. I love the new Human Torch.
This one,
the fully powered on.
Yeah.
I've been wanting a solid color red with the black lines, not instead of translucent. I like the translucent just fine, but I would really like a solid colored plastic with the black lines, more like the old Toy Biz.
Yeah, I get that.
Hopefully one day we'll get it, but this one's still great, man.
I wouldn't have been mad with that if that's what they did instead of this either, to be fair.
Yeah.
What about the translucent Sue? Are you like that, or do you think it's not going to be. You think it's going to be cloudy? We were talking earlier about this looks. We're not too sure how translucent it's going to be. So I've got the retro Toy Biz one here, and like it genuinely looks translucent. Like it's pretty good. Where these promo images look a little bit more cloudy, sort of like the Iceman we've had.
Yeah, I think it's good enough. It'll do its job. I think you can get some really good shots with it, as far as photography or ACBA, all that. I wasn't like really jonesing for a translucent Sue, but I'll take it. I think it's fine.
Yeah, this is probably what I wanted the most out of the Fantastic Four reveals. Was
Really?
like, yeah, I just because we hadn't got it. Like we've got the flame on Johnny, we've got Sting and versions of Reed, but we never got the translucent Sue. So I was happy to see that. Cloud, what did you go for then in regards to this fan first Fantastic Four and X-Force and Ninjas?
So my big one was the X-Force set. I've
nice.
wanted a more classic Domino for a really long time. I'm happy they gave Cannonball legs. Richter is just fantastic. I think he might look the best out of the three, in my opinion. So I jumped on that. The wave of Fantastic Four, I have a pre-order in for the entire set. I don't have them on my shelf yet, and I prefer this version of them, like the lighter blue with the white collars.
Yeah.
And I grabbed two of the Ninjas because I regretted not getting the other army builders earlier, so I'm probably going forward, two of each. Never found the red ones anyway, so these would be my only two. And then I went in on the exclusive Johnny Storm because I didn't care that he wasn't in the wave. I was like, I can display the flame on version.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, what if I want to maybe change the display and show him with just a little bit, like maybe just one hand on fire or something, because I'm an idiot. So I went back in and I got him too. So the only one I think I passed on was Sue.
Remember, you're in a safe place. You can tell us you do stuff like this, and we all get it. We're all like, yep, we're idiots too. We're idiots too. Yeah, no, I agree. So when you said that you haven't got them on the shelf yet, does that mean you've brought previous versions of the Fantastic Four, but you just haven't displayed them, or you just not brought them at all yet?
I don't have them at all. I've seen the Walgreens ones. I mean, there's like, I think 6 or 7 Walgreens between me and where I used to work. So I would hit them all on the way home doing the hunts, and I've seen them. It's not my mind's eye of the Fantastic Four, so I just passed. I waited. I knew they'd eventually come back around to these.
Yeah, makes sense. Jamie, what about you? This fan first, what did you go for?
I only went for 2. I only went for the Flamed On Johnny and the Invisible Woman suit for now.
The fully powered ups.
They could go with the Fantastic Four that I've got at the moment, and then if I end up one week with any money spare, then I might go back and get the others.
Which ones do you have at the moment? You have the dark blue ones, the Dan Slott ones?
Yes.
Yeah. They're still great, by the way. They're still great. It's just their more modern look. But you're right. That's what's great about the Flamed On Johnny and this Invisible one, is that these can go with any suits. It doesn't matter. They're fully powered up. So that's a good way to go. Anything else intrigue you from this fan first?
Not really.
No?
Didn't go for the X-Force set, no.
No, it's all good. Good.
And with the hand ninjas, I thought, well, they've still got them in Smiths with the Build-A-Figure part for £1 extra.
Yeah.
So I might as well get the ones and build up Stiltman.
Yeah, that's what Cloud's saying. It was hard to find in the US. I don't know if Ryan had the same issue, but yeah, the hand ninjas are easy to get over here. I could order 10 now from different places if I wanted to. So if you did want any red hand ninjas, Cloud, just let me know and make it happen. But yeah, it's not hard to find. You have trouble finding them, Brian?
Not in the beginning, but I think they're pretty hard to find now.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the secondary market price has gone up quite a bit.
It's one of those waves that is on the pegs, like ample at the start. It's like always there. Mm-hmm. People don't rush to get them, but then they just don't get restocked, and then they start to disappear, and then people are like, oh, I waited too long. Like sometimes that's the case, because
after the first 2 weeks after they were released in retail here, like all you could find was Peter B. Parker from that wave. Everything else was gone.
Yeah, that was a pretty good wave, to be fair, especially if you're a Spider-Verse fan. And Frogman, little hit of the waves
Frogman.
as well.
I could probably still find a Frogman today.
It's a shame. Frogman's such a good figure. Jay, what did you go for with this fan first? This if you're going in for Galactus, you must need a Fantastic Four, right? I'm assuming you've already got a couple of the other sets, maybe.
Yeah, I've got the Walgreens set and the modern set. I've gone a bit mad this year and pre-ordered the Mezco Fantastic Four set.
Oh wow!
As well, and all of these as well.
Wow, yeah. You're gonna have to sell some more figures, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, those Mezco ones pretty intriguing. You've said you sold the Punisher Mezco, so have you got like a little Mezco collection on the go?
I didn't till about when lockdown started, and then I saw that Wolverine with the Sentinel base and thought, yeah, I kind of want that, and I thought, I better have stuff to go with it, and then ended up with a whole cabinet in the living room.
Oh wow, in the living room as well, prime real estate. Yeah, so question for Kara, like you've seen Mezco now and you Marvel Legends, so when I say both of them, you know the difference between the two, right? Yeah. So what just as like a casual outsider watching your fella buy these, which do you prefer the look of? Which do you think is actually better?
Mezco is probably quite good.
Yeah.
I think the quality is better.
Yeah.
Than the cost. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
The price is a little different.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. You're completely right. The quality is better, but that's because the prices are a lot more as well. I was just, as I said, I'm just not a fan of cloth goods on that sort of scale. They do get it right sometimes. I know, Ryan, you've been going all in on the Rumble Society, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only two that I'm missing. They were from the early days when they did the Shadow Assassin Gomez and the White Shadow Assassin Gomez.
All the Gomez's go for crazy money, right?
Yeah. And those two go for the most because they were some Asian convention exclusives, so I never had a chance at them.
Yeah, that's not going to be easy. Mezcos are not easy in the first place to get hold of. Do you have any trouble, Jake, getting Mezcos in the UK? Where did you get yours from?
Toys-R-Us or Comic and Cocktails I've managed to get most from. The ones I've backtracked have all been from Big Bad Toy Store, but I did like a bulk order and got like 10 so I could ship them all together.
Oh wow! Got your own ferry, got your own crate coming over from the US there.
I had two separate crates. They literally sent the 2 boxes of all the ones I was backtracking to get, but it worked out a lot cheaper because they worked out about 75 to 80 each, rather than through eBay here. You're looking at 150 for most of the Marvel.
Did you not get hit with loads of crazy import charges?
Sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't. One lot did, one lot didn't. It was just random, really. They shipped it with DHL. It was here within 5 days, and one got hit and one didn't. So it was just random.
Yeah, it's strange. I can never figure that out. Like Ryan sent me stuff before and it's never got hit, but then other people have sent me stuff and I get hit, and it's just like, what? It makes no sense. Sneaky. Apart from Fantastic Four, did you go for the X-Force and any of the ninjas?
I've gone for the X-Force. I will go for the Ninja, but I haven't done it yet because I thought $18.99 plus shipping because it was at a different time. It might be easier to wait until I can get free shipping by adding it to another order, so I didn't go for it straight away.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're not a Prime member. You didn't jump on that £20 when it first started.
No, because I thought, I didn't really see the point because I thought still you can probably get them cheaper on our other online retailers we have over here. So I thought I'm not going to pay the subscription.
It's true. Comic and Cocktails usually they include their shipping in the price, and they're usually cheaper than what's on here anyway. So you're not wrong. Abnugler there and being hostage in the dark. Just the weary, echoey voice. This wave, anything from this particular fan first? Are you getting intrigued? Did you like?
I got the 2 villains.
Oh, nice.
From the Fantastic Four wave.
Psycho
I wanted to
Man.
get the Johnny, but he sold out before I.
Which one? Which one? The Flame On or the exclusive? Yeah, Flame On.
No, the Flame Dawn. We haven't done the exclusives listed yet.
Do you have many? Do you have many options to get stuff? Do you know you talked about that site earlier? Like,
we've been getting pretty much almost all the exclusives, but they never say where they're gonna hit. So sometimes they'll hit one store, sometimes they'll hit another store, sometimes they'll be on Amazon. Like, for example, we've gotten Target exclusives that have hit Amazon Mexico and stuff like that. So we just have to be on the lookout to see where they hit.
Yeah, pal. As I said, I'm always curious around the world, like how much of a struggle things people find, because, as I said, I like seeing the US perspective compared to ours, but again, it's different even where you are in Mexico, and I'm sure it's different everywhere else. But yeah, curious. Javi, what about you? What did you go for of this wave, if anything? Did anything from this fan first take your fancy?
I went for 2 of the villains each, and then 3 of the Fantastic Four.
Which 3?
All of them.
3 of each.
You went for 3 of each.
Yeah.
I can see so I can see behind you. You've got the retro carded Spider-Man and retro carded X-Men. So I'm assuming it's this retro card that sort of suckered you into getting multiples.
Yeah. And the way I see it is like, for my display, I have them, the Fantastic Four powered down, and then another one display of them with their powers on. So since they made the Invisible Woman, I was gonna get 2 of the invisible translucent ones. One to put with the newer Fantastic Four, the Super Scroll ones.
Yep.
And then have this one with the retro as well, and then have one carded. Then the Johnny Storm, I was gonna get 2 Flame On ones to open, and then 1 to hang up. And then the Mr. Fantastic, I'm gonna have him with his normal lab look, and then I'm gonna have another one with him with his stretchy fingers. So that's how my mind works.
But to be fair, you there's a bit of logic to the madness there, a bit of method in the madness, because technically you could buy, because we haven't got a flamed on Johnny Storm with the second set of Fantastic Four figures, so you could get an extra one to go with the Dan Slott versions.
Yeah.
Then you could get more Invisible Womans to go with the other sets you've already got. So I see where you're going with there. You sort of want options, but for all 3 sets of Fantastic Four figures, I guess.
Yeah.
And then it's on the retro card, so you need another set to keep them in. I get it. It's a rabbit's hole. It's how they get you. All right, beautiful. Sticking with Hasbro, but moving away from Marvel. Again, I always forget people's fandoms and what they do and don't collect, but I'm jumping towards the Power Rangers. So I'll just go around the gambit again and see if anyone's interested by these ninjetti. And I also need to know if you've seen the original movie, because 4 people on the last stream in the last group hadn't seen the original movie, which surprised the hell out of me, because I just assume everyone's seen it. Laser Pants.
Funny enough, I just watched the movie yesterday with my kid.
First time ever seeing the original movie?
No.
Okay.
Probably the second. The first time I saw it in the theater.
Oh wow, yeah, good.
So I think it's up on Netflix or HBO Max or something. Yeah, we watched it. I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
There's a lot about it that's very dated, especially the CGI. But the movie was a lot of fun. I like the new Zords. I like the, what'd you call them, ninjetti?
Ninjetti, yeah.
Ninjetti looks. So I did pre-order these because I thought they looked cool. And then I saw the movie and I'm like, I'm getting the whole team.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
Have you got a price? Because over here, we've got like a £5 price hike on these. Have you had a price hike for these as well over there?
Yeah, they were $26.99, which I didn't even notice until after I pre-ordered them, and then I looked. I'm like, "Ooh, that's quite a price jump there." Yeah, but it's kind of the way everything's going, man. Like everything's getting expensive now. Yep,
yeah, I agree. As I said, I was just curious because this is the first sort of set of Power Rangers that have like bumped up quite a lot for us, and it's like they don't even come with a builder figure, so it's like I know a few people in the previous group were sort of saying the price puts them off. But again, if you want these versions of the characters, then gonna have to put your money where your mouth is. But yeah, I'm all in for these, as I was saying. Cloud, what are you saying with the ninjetti?
Before we get into that,
because
I do have decent opinions about these. I don't know if you guys saw on Twitter, you kept saying his name, so it reminded me. Dan Slott officially backed his own Galactus.
Oh,
so he's in on the train too.
I seen you. I think I seen you retweet it or something like that. Actually, that's must have been the reason I seen it. But yeah, I seen. So the person who basically brought Fantastic Four back into modern comics, and that is the reason you get the darker blues as well. Is Dan Slott, and it's mad that those people so closely associated with Marvel can't even get like a free Galactus or anything like that. They've still got a pack on themselves. Yeah, crazy.
Power Rangers. So
yes.
I have seen the movie. I saw it in the cinema when I was little. I loved it. I watched it not too long ago with a friend of mine who's like a big Rangers fan. and we couldn't help but see like how bad everything was, like the costumes and just like how poorly done they were. But it's still so charming. I love it, and I love these versions of the costumes. I haven't pre-ordered them yet, but I am tempted. I figure maybe if I see them available and decide, I'll pick them up. But I'm not like jumping on it early or anything.
Yeah. Real quick super chat. Apologise, you guys won't be able to hear it, but I let Friday read that out real quick.
Donated £4.99. What jobs do you all do to afford all the figures?
Mary Queen of Scott says, what jobs do you all do to afford the figures? People assume that, don't they? But like, I don't smoke. Like, I don't buy crazy expensive clothes. I don't go on extravagant holidays. Like, I'm just an average Joe person. But this is how I spend my expendable income. Do you know what I mean? Like, some people spend like 80 quid on a t-shirt or something because it's got some crappy little someone's logo on it. I'm like, no thanks. I'll just get myself a £3 black t-shirt and buy myself some figures. So I'm good. So, but yeah, I ain't got no fancy job. Laser Pants, you're royalty around these ways, right? So Laser Trousers. Oh, there you go. You're repping the t-shirt today. I appreciate that. I didn't see it poking there. Beautiful. Oh, both of you and Cloud. Beautiful. Good man. And Jamie as well. Like, you're good, ain't you? You're good. Jay, you want to show off your t-shirt? Letting it down. I'm checking. But you're royalty these round these ways, Sir Laser Trousers. So yeah, you just get your figures brought to you on a platter. On a platter. What do you desire, Laser Trousers?
The Queen herself brings me my figures.
Yeah. On like a red pillow. That's what I imagine. Laser Trousers, here's your figures. No one has to answer that. It's a personal question. But yeah, but just for the record, nothing special. Actually, pretty boring job, to be honest. But I'm not a rich man.
Same. I'll say same here, boring job. But this is like the one thing I kind of spend my money on.
Same.
I don't really. I'm not a big drinker. None of that stuff like you were saying. So, and also I use old parts of my collection to fund new parts of the collection that I want.
And that's the clever way to do it. Like Jay was saying earlier, like, and I would do that all the time as well. Like, I'm constantly selling stuff. Like, we don't really have Macari or anything like that. I know you guys talk about that all the time. We don't have that over here. So we just get eBay, which annoys me because we get hit with the fees. But I don't like Facebook groups because Facebook groups are just full of idiots that want everything for £5 free shipping. And it's like, no, it's not how it works. This is the toy market. Things go up in value. It's just the way it is. Don't expect to buy something at retail 5 years after it got released. It's just not the way it works, do you know? Anyway, but yeah, that's a different conversation. Anyone else got anything to mention on that? Anyone else got a really crazy job?
Yeah, I work for a supervillain, so I get.
I thought you did.
I get good money for it. Plus, we get discount from Hasbro.
Well, you can get yourself a Galactus then. What are you moaning about, you idiot? Talking about being on the fence.
He's already got it.
Actually, yeah, we got them pre-ordered already.
You can just steal it with your villain crew. Go and get into the Hasbro headquarters. Go and steal. Is that Dwight's house? He's got the prototype. Just go and get it off him. Don't knock his door though. His dog's going mad. Okay. All right. Let's bring back.
We'll change the shipment for Poochie figures.
I wouldn't even be mad. I want Poochie. Jamie, Power Rangers. I can't remember your age, Jamie. Were you too young to see the original Power Ranger movie? I'm assuming you were too young to see it in the movie. Okay, you've seen it, but you were too young to see it in the cinema, right? You're younger than me, because I'm old.
26.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but I have two older brothers, so they were really into Mighty Morphin anyway. So
you recognise this look of the Power Rangers, anyways?
Yeah. 100%.
Does it intrigue you to buy though?
I think I will end up with them. I'm not going to rush out to get them because I have the original Mighty Morphin team. So
yeah,
I think I would get them if there was a guarantee that we were going to get the others in the Ninjetti form.
Yeah. It is cool. They're not just releasing blue and black. You're going to get the rest, Jamie. Come on now.
Yeah, but I don't want to wait 3 years for the rest.
No, I reckon you'll get them quite quick. They're just probably leaking them out a little bit because this isn't a wave. This is just 2 figures ever revealed, so it's not like it's in a wave. So I do think it won't be too long before we see these. Like the glittery Rangers, you got the pink one, and then it was just only a month or so later you got the rest. Not in the UK. With the UK, you can't get the pink Ranger, annoyingly, but But yeah, if you've got the Tango Warriors, by the way, people, anyone out there, these are the perfect Power Rangers to fight your Tango Warriors because it's the same sort of generation or same sort of episodes in the TV show. Jay, what about you? This version of Power Rangers. What is your Power Ranger fandom? So I've never really asked. Are you in on the Power Rangers? And do you remember the original movie? Did you see it at the cinema, or are you too young?
No, I'm 34, so yes, I did see it.
Yes.
At the cinema.
There you go. Good man.
I did also watch it recently. In terms of Lightning collection, I only collect Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
Because that's what I grew up watching. I did rewatch the movie when the Lightning collection came out, and as Laserpants was saying, the CGI doesn't hold up at all because they don't use the Super Sentai footage in the movie. They use their own CGI, which looks so strange. So
it looked a lot like Beast Wars Transformers, didn't it?
Yeah.
You're right,
exactly, that's it.
I watched a documentary on the making of the Power Rangers. It's on YouTube, I swear it is. And the director was sort of saying that just CGI and stuff was a whole new concept at the time. So it was like no way near ready to really be on a big film like that. But because they knew it was going to make money regardless and they knew they needed Zords, there was no other way. They had to sort of do it, even though they were aware it looked a little bit too shoddy. But as I said, as a kid, you don't care. As a kid, you're not thinking, that looks terrible. You're just like, Zords. And it was all there to sell toys, and it worked, didn't it? It worked. You got toys of those figures. I remember having that Zord.
How many years later?
Yep, exactly. So it worked. It worked anyway. They were right to do it.
I'm pretty sure the film itself.
Oh yeah, no, Jamie, you're right. The film itself did make loads of money. The second film flopped, but the first one was a big hit.
I think the film's on YouTube, like the whole film.
Sneaky.
There's no excuse for people to watch it.
There you go. I told you, I'm going to have a watch party with like Tom and Phil and everyone who didn't watch it on the previous one. So Jay, you said like Mighty Morphin. These are technically, these are Mighty Morphin.
Yeah, they're season 3, I think. I was looking at the other day and saw them fighting the Tango Warriors in a clip on YouTube.
Yep.
I told myself, because I thought if they're now 30 each, it's going to be £180 for the wave. So I'm going to be strong, and I'm not going to pay £180 or a Hasbro wave. You're sat next to the missus, so you're just behaving, right? But we round here, we don't do the math. We just press pre-order and just walk away. Just don't do anything. Just remove all your calculators from your house, all right? It's a safe way to play this game.
And I'm like, what else have you bought?
Yeah.
The house.
I have to literally try and sneak parcels in through the missus. And like, she always catches me on those days where the parcel genuinely isn't for me, or it's something I've brought for someone else to move along or whatever. And she never believes me. It's like the boy who cried wolf. It's just like, no, genuinely, I'm sending it to Brandon. She's like, yeah, right. Or
So I have a comment about that. My girlfriend is really supportive. She doesn't necessarily understand it, and some of the prices of these things kind of kills her a little bit. But she understands. She sees how happy it makes me. Like she'll walk in the room, and I'm just standing here staring at my figures with like this huge smile on my face. So she gets it. So she supports me. The best part, she's trying to like budget. So she'll have like, all right, this week we have this much money to spend on whatever we want. So if I'm like, all right, I want to pick up a graphic novel, or I ordered I just got Black Books on DVD finally. So it's like, all right, we have this much money to spend on these things, and then we have to slow down. I don't think she always factors in my pre-orders because we kind of know where they are, and then she'll just go, oh, $30 at Big Bad Toy Store. I'm like, yep, that's it. I don't have to hear about it.
Yeah.
I've got spreadsheet for pre-orders.
Do you still have a joint account? Like, because you obviously.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
No,
I was gonna suggest that's the clever way. Because me and Amanda, we live together, but we have a joint account for business and for work. What am I talking about? We have a joint account for bills, is what I'm trying to say, for the house and the mortgage. But then we both have our own money to spend on whatever we want, and she can buy a fancy bag or whatever, and I'll buy some toys. So that's the clever way to do it. As long as the bills are paid first, and my bills are always paid first. So.
Exactly what I say. Pay the mortgage. And
yes.
Have everyone, I don't like knowing the price, but you're too honest, I think, unfortunately.
Yeah,
my wife's crutch is vacation, so as long as I take her on a nice vacation every now and then, she leaves me alone with all this.
I don't even get a holiday.
Yeah.
This is the reason Amanda may leave me alone for a little bit. Bring him closer so he's on camera. Oh, tough, you're on it now. So Amanda's going to leave me alone for a little bit. Uh-oh, that Scream Lads has just crashed on me. Hang on, bear with me, people. I think Streamlabs has just died. We'll find out in a second. Can you see Teddy though? That's what I was trying to say. Yeah. That's the reason Amanda's going to be quiet for a little bit. But yeah, give it a sec. I need to check this YouTube for a second. I think the stream may have just died on us. Streamlabs. Yeah, I know. Streamlabs has. I didn't even press any buttons. Not too much longer. All right, bear with people. I can still hear you. You can still see me. Anyone got the YouTube window open? Are we still on?
Yeah, I think you're okay. And there's a delay, but
yeah, we're good. You're still live.
Yeah, there's the dog.
Well, if in case it dies, I appreciate you watching. I'll see you next week. Okay, but yeah, in case it dies, but we're continuing till it does. So Ralph, Power Rangers. What did you go for any of these?
No, I was a little old when the movie came out. They were my sister. My sister was a big fan, so she saw the movie. I think I probably saw bits and pieces on a VHS every now and then, but I don't think I ever watched the whole movie. So yeah, they're not that interesting to me.
You can join our watch party. Join our watch party. I'm definitely gonna have to do one now because too many people haven't seen it.
Do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do have one question though. If I remember, or if I'm thinking correctly, didn't the Pink Ranger? There were like 2 Pink Rangers for this outfit.
I believe
one for the show and one for
the movie. Yeah, so in the movie it was Kimberly, but then in the TV show I believe it was Kat. I haven't got my Power Rangers fact checker Tanner around to ask.
Do you reckon when she comes out she'll have both?
Well, these figures have come with 3 heads, haven't they? So she'd need at least 2 because the mask one, I guess it doesn't really matter because you can't really see. So maybe. Or maybe they'll be sneaky and re-release another one down the line, like they've done with all the Power Rangers. We shall see. Yeah, I think.
Yeah. I'll watch the movie with you guys later.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, hang on a sec. I think it may have crashed this time. My screen's gone completely black, so I can't see anything now. I can hear you, but I can't see shit.
I can see half of Cloud, and I can only see half of my name.
Can you see me?
Yeah,
I can see you too. Yeah. I've got YouTube up.
Okay, this is very strange. I thought I was behaving today.
Wonky.
Okay, hang on. It's slowly coming back. This is freaking me out. I know Streamlabs has a tendency. I push it to the limits with these graphics and guests, but I try my best.
There's the glitch on YouTube. I can see that, but you're still live.
Yeah, it's come back. As long as we're still live, we're all good. I just won't press any buttons. Javi, what about you with Power Rangers? Any fandom with the Power Rangers?
Yeah, so I grew up with Dino Thunder.
Oh, wow, so you're much younger then.
That was the first.
You're much younger then. I'm jealous. I wish I was younger again.
But during quarantine, I did go through and try to watch like the whole series.
Yeah.
So I got up to Mystic Force, and then that's when they took them off Netflix. But I'm getting 3 of these because of the 3 heads, because that's how my brain works.
Wow, my God. Yeah, 3 of these is it? So again, not even to keep one mint, literally just to display one of each head.
Yeah.
Do you work for High Scorpio as well?
yeah. Are you also a super villain? So okay, question then. Considering you buying 3 of these, I'm assuming you don't all display them together because then you'd have like a whole squad of black, a whole squad of blue. Will you have like 3 separate crews, like 3 separate teams spread around, or are they all in the one place? Like, how's your brain work in that regard? Because I wouldn't want the same figure with the same head in the same place, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I would probably have them spread out. The one team here, and one team there.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense a little bit. Like if I've got, when we get a Marvel Legend character that we've already got before, for example, I won't put them next to each other on the shelf. I'll make sure they're in different spots. Yeah. So it's the same sort of thing that applies with this head, I guess.
Yeah, like the Mysterio, I'm going to have the first one that came out in the Lizard Wave in the Rogues Gallery of Spider-Man, and then the one on the retro card, I'm going to have him.
We got a super chat from the super producer. So Friday will read that out.
They better give us a new Kimberly head or I'm returning the 50 I have bought this year. Bugger cat.
Yeah, Rich is obviously going all in with the females, and he spent a bit too much money on the Pink Rangers at the minute because they've given us a lot. So yeah, Rich says they better give us a new Kimberly head or I'm returning the 50 I brought this year. Bloody cat. Yeah, that Kimberly head, I don't actually have her on displayed with the head for obvious reasons, but it's not great. But the Pink Ranger's great, but the Kimberly head... let's be honest, Kimberly was my first crush as a kid. We need a better Kimberly head than what they gave us because that doesn't do her justice. Poor woman. Okay, so let me keep jumping through as I said. For the record, my Streamlabs is like completely dead. So like I'm just gonna keep going with the flow until it happens. I can't even switch screens. So we're stuck with the Power Rangers on the screen. Annoyingly, I genuinely can't press any buttons. I'm just checking. Oh, we can't even do a duck race, if this is the way it is. So if that's the way it is, I'm going to have to close down and come back in for the duck race anyway. So what I'm suggesting to you guys is that we end the stream now. I'll wrap it up properly with you all still here, but then we'll just come back and we'll do an extra half an hour with the duck race.
Yeah, it's fine.
Are you all good? Yeah, all good? Yeah. All right, sound. I can't even press end on the stream though, so I don't even know how I'm going to end it. Hang on, maybe there's a way through YouTube. So I appreciate everybody who's here, by the way. I'm assuming you're all here for the duck race, obviously, because that's what we do on Legends of Liquor. So I'm going to have to end this stream and come back for a duck race. So let me find a way to close the stream and then I'll wrap it up properly. I'm assuming I can do it through YouTube. I can just press end because Streamlabs has completely crashed on me. I can see what's going on, but I can't change any scenes, so I can't like bring anything else up or change the view. But you're all still moving on camera, so that's all right, I guess. Okay, let me go to my little studio. Let me see if we can make this work. What would you say, Ralph?
Do you want me to send someone from tech support from?
Yes, from Hank Scorpio's team.
Globex Corporation.
Globex Corporation, yes. Please do. And tell him to bring me that hammock I asked for. Yeah, I'm going to have to literally just like crash Streamlabs to close the bloody thing. I don't know how else to end this. Okay, so let me wrap up and then I'll awkwardly crash the screen. Yeah, see, there's the duck emoji. You see, people are only here to see ducks. It's simple as that. No one's here for me or Talk. They're just thinking, right, ducks. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to suggest to Dante that if I jump on as a little guest segment this week for the Toys for Tots, that I'll come on to do a little giveaway. So I'll do a little giveaway. I'll bring something to give away and I'll do a duck race to do it. But he has to let me do a duck race on the Infinity Equation. For a good cause.
You have my permission.
There you go. All right.
That's all you need.
Yeah, it's good. Sound. We'll do it. I'll take the duck race to the Infinity Equation. Okay, so let me wrap up this stream and end our crash Streamlabs and we'll come back. So if you're watching this stream and you're still here live, please bear with us and we'll get a new link up and that's where the official duck race will happen. Trust me, I've got league standings, we've got points and everything at the minute, so it's going to be good. But again, thank you to everyone who's been watching so far. Thank you to all the guests we've heard so far. Everyone you see on the screen right now will come back and join us for the duck race. But I do want to say thank you to Mark, Tac, Tom, Tanner, Rush, Phil and George who joined us earlier. And yeah, go in there, as I said, go and click the buttons, go and check out the playlist, go and subscribe. Of course, we do this every other Thursday for channel members, so if you want to be on the stream, then become a channel member, show support to the channel, and then in return I'll get you on the channel you're supporting. It's a full circle thing and it's always fun to talk toys. So I'm going to press crash end task on this Streamlabs bar and see if it closes Streamlabs. If not, you'll just see us awkwardly sit. So do you just want to do a little awkward wave while I press end? So if we press end, if videos are popping up on the channel, go and click it because it'll probably be the second part of this